but apparently not.
What am I going to do? I know I want to write a book. I know I'm going to be on stage. I know I'm going to be training. And
It has been a very long time since I've attended something that was this amazing.
My mind is blown.
Top notch.
Do you want accelerated results? Do you want to actually get things done quicker? Because if the answer to that is yes, then you must be here.
Now, Peng, when we launched my book, Expert Secrets, a little while ago, he came out of nowhere and crushed all the other affiliates. It still blows my mind he was able to sell as many books as he did. Sold a ton of books. We had him come speak at Funnel Hacking Live talking about his content machine, how he does what he does, and it's amazing. His presentation, first off, it was so cool to see how he systemizes the entire process, which was awesome. But then second off, he shared a really vulnerable video clip, and we had people in the audience crying, and it was just, his connection was amazing.
I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know where to start, how to open, how to close, nothing. But I just took 14 pages of notes, and I'm walking away with more confidence in an event than ever before. I'm gonna go in, and I know that I'm gonna change lives now.
My mind is blown. I've done millions and millions of dollars in sales from the stage. I've had events where I've done hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour from the stage. And I learned so much at this event about how to create more sales in my events. I am so glad I attended. If you're wondering whether or not Peng Joon's event is worth your time, not only is it worth your time, it's worth your time, it's worth your money, it's worth your effort, it's worth your energy.
We just here at the Peng Joon event, and it was incredible learning how to really persuade and help people make the right decisions for themselves in their lives. We are in a room full of impressive and amazing people. Everyone's taking notes and are really excited to take this back and be able to influence people that we're trying to serve. And for me, I'm really excited to help business owners who are struggling, who want to get to the next level. And I know that doing this at a face-to-face live event is just going to be amazing because we can really impact them and help motivate and inspire them to take the right actions. With Peng Joon's system, there's nothing left to chance, there's nothing left undone, and it's just a step-by-step process to get there. You got to work with him to be inspired and to see how to do it the right way.
And I've been doing live events for about 5 years, and I thought I knew a lot about events until I came to this one. My biggest takeaway by far is the way that I'm going to frame the entire event. From the moment that I stepped into this room has been top notch. Peng Joon completely over-delivered, and he really inspired me to bring my A game even higher than before. Just seeing all of the different touches, all of the different nuances about the event that can help me help our event attendees make an even bigger impact in the world. If you are thinking about joining this program and working with Peng Joon, don't hesitate for another minute. I have been absolutely blown away at the caliber of the event, the sincerity that Peng Joon has in his delivery of his content, his desire to help the attendees get the absolute most out of the event. Every single drop of information that he gives is so immensely valuable and will help me help other people.
When I came to Peng Joon's event, I had no idea what was going to happen in terms of detail. Like, it's easy to look at someone like Peng, who's spoken on stage with like Tony Robbins, all these big people, and he has this really humble upbringing, right? But what's crazy is it's easy to dismiss like the level of deep work that he's put into mastering the things that he teaches. The level of like granularity and like just specifics that I got. I have 13 pages of small font handwritten notes. I kid you not. My mind is like overwhelmed with the amount of things I get to implement when I get back. I'm super, super grateful because Peng has a super high level of success, which is very apparent because his accomplishments speak for themselves. But you couple that with a heart to give back, a heart to serve people. It's like a perfect storm of awesomeness for people like me. Appreciate it so much. This was an incredibly valuable decision that I made. I'm so glad that I pulled the trigger to come here. I mean this with all sincerity.
If someone were debating this, I would tell them to count the cost of not doing it. You know, what's it going to cost you if you keep that dream on the table of speaking or throwing an event or creating a course? What I've taken away is that basically he's giving you everything you need to make the dream happen. And So what's the cost of not doing that? Peng is awesome. To see where he came from, 6 years ago, and how he started and what he's doing now. There's hope for all of us.
And I've got to tell you guys, as somebody who's been attending seminars and personal development events for like the last 10 years, it has been a very long time since I've attended something that was this amazing. And the reason why it was amazing is because Peng's way of thinking about things is extremely systematic, and he breaks everything down step by step by step and tells you exactly what you need to do. But not only that, he gives you these super insightful strategies that I don't think I've heard anybody else teaching. And I'm completely immersed in the world of internet marketing and business development strategies. And Peng's event today was absolutely one of the best events I've ever been to. And if you have the chance to go to one of his events, I highly and strongly recommend it if you want to see your business scale and grow, because his stuff is legit. He's used it all over the entire world. And I just feel really grateful to have been able to be a part of this today.
And Peng Joon is one of the very rare individuals that could do very well with both, in terms of not just promoting and marketing an event, but also delivering a great experience. Not only myself, I have my director of events for my company go through Peng Joon's system to learn tools and strategies that to help us to make our event better. If you want to know how to market an event and also how to monetize an event and how to deliver that memorable experience for your audience, doesn't matter if you're getting started, this is your first event, or you've been doing this for a while, I highly recommend Peng Joon's system. I don't recommend a lot of people, but this system I highly endorse. Check it out.
So if you have a chance to work with Peng Joon at an event, if it is with selling books, if with driving traffic, like he's amazing at pretty much all these different skill sets across the board, if you have a chance to work with him, definitely do it.
Thank you, Peng, for such amazing insights that you shared with us attending one of his events.
Do it now.
Nobody teaches like him. Do it.
Here's your push. Go.
It will change your life for the rest of your life.
All right, and we are live. Welcome, everybody. Before I begin, guys, just let me know in the comments. Man, I see the room exploding. So good to see you guys getting connected. As we are about to begin, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know which part of the world you guys are connected from. One real quick is that here in Zoom or on this platform, you want to be able to change from panelist to all panelists and attendees. That way I, as well as everybody else, will be able to see your comments. So go ahead and just change from panelists to panelists and attendees. So that way we will be able to see your comments. Well, man, the scroll bar is moving really quick. We have people from India, Mexico, Malaysia, Texas, California, Penang, New York, Philippines, Nepal, Germany, 4 in the morning. Erwin, you might win the craziest time zone award. Argentina, Washington DC, Colombia, Nigeria, California, Singapore, Manchester. Somebody says this pre-recorded. This is happening live as we speak. Maryland, Canada, Sri Lanka, Subang, Kansas. We're not in Kansas City anymore, okay? Oklahoma, Singapore, Bangladesh, Brisbane. Some Kelly says, are we supposed to be able to see you? Yes, you are. My camera is switched on right now, and we are about to begin. So real quick, again, guys, if you want everybody to see your comments, you got to change that chat box from panelists, which is what's default, to panelists and attendees, so that everybody will be able to see your comments. Okay, so we are about to begin. What I have done is I have prepared this slide deck over here, and I'm just going to share my screen right now. If you guys can see my screen, please just type in number 1, because I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself for the next 90 minutes or so. If you guys can see my screen, just type in number 1. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, cool. So that being said, let's begin. Okay, so what is today all about? Today is all about my weird strategy on Facebook that's making me $1,512 a day, and how you can actually clone it in under 45 minutes. I know that seems like a really bold promise, but if you stick around, you're gonna see why you'll be able to make that happen. So Before I begin, I just want to quickly acknowledge each and every one of you for being here. How many of you would agree that time is probably the most valuable resource that we have, right? I want to acknowledge all of you for being here right now, and I will do everything in my power to make it well worth your time. So what is today all about? Well, first of all, understand that what you're about to discover is beginner friendly. You don't need to be known. You don't need to be a celebrity. You don't need to have a list. You don't need to have a product. You don't need to have tech skills. And really quick, I'm going to show you exactly what some people just like you have attended this training in the past, what actually happened for them. Okay, so this is Coco, who have never been paid before online. And she says getting paid for the first time ever has been wonderful. She says, I'm jumping up and down as I never dreamt that anyone would actually pay me online. Okay, how many of you here, nobody has ever paid you money online before ever? All right, type in me if you have never made $1 online before, like ever. Okay, so that was Coco. She attended this training. She applied, she implemented the steps that you're about to discover, and she started getting paid online. This is the same thing. This is Jack, who never made a sale before and made his first sale. And this first sale that he made was for $997. Is that amazing? How many of you would like to be able to discover how to make your first sale at $1,000, right? Now, whether you're going to sell digital products, physical products, services, programs, you're going to be able to discover how you can make that happen today. So same thing here. This Nicholas, who has never sold anything online before. He attended this training. He practiced again and again and again and again. Nobody knew who he was. He made his first $3,000 sale. And same thing here, Suda, right? I'm just going to go lightning quick, right? She spent $0 on ads, utilized organic traffic, and this was targeting makeup professionals. Okay, so you're gonna discover that whatever it is that you discover here today can be applied in any market, right? Whether it's for makeup artists, whether it's for accountants, whether it's for gym trainers, whether it's for entrepreneurs, you're gonna be able to see how this can be applied in any market, any niche, because everybody in any market is on Facebook, right? Chances are you might be here today because you were on Facebook and you saw a post or an ad from me, right? So you're going to be able to discover how this can be applied in, if you're totally new. So this is Sherman over here, who applied 100% of what it is that I taught him. Same thing you're going to discover here. It's going to be a 5-step process. He had 0 testimonials. Nobody knew who he was. He wasn't some celebrity. He wasn't known. He didn't have a list. He started somewhere. He didn't have any client case studies. He had 0 experience in selling online. And he broke his first 5-figure mark in their first month. Can you imagine? How would your life be different if you could break your very first 5-figure month doing this from home? And that's how he made it happen. So whether you want to be able to sell anything, whether you want to sell other people's products, your own products, whether you want to sell products on Amazon, whether you want to do drop shipping, whether you want to sell services, you're going to be able to see whether you want to sell your own product, or even if you don't have any product, you will be able to make this work for you. Okay, so what is all this about? You see, right now there is a new way to cashing in online that very few people understand. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so I'm going to show you how I've done it for myself. In fact, I've been doing this for about 15 years now. But let's talk about like last year. Last year, to a lot of people, it was like the worst of times. It was a horrible time for most people. But I can tell you that if you understood these techniques, you would be crushing it. Okay, so how many of you here would like to see behind the scenes, something that's very personal and private of mine, to exactly what it is that we did in order to absolutely crush it? In the comments, type in "show me the money" if you would like to see actual numbers and data to what it is that we did to really crush it online. How many of you would like to be able to see what happened? Okay, show me the money, show me the money. Yeah, okay. So by the way, guys, love the energy levels here today. Okay, so let me just quickly share my screen right now again. So I'm just going to go to my Google Chrome, and one of the payment processors that we utilize online It's called Stripe. We sell our stuff online through multiple ways. We utilize different shopping carts, PayPal, ClickBank. Stripe is just a payment processor. And basically, what you will discover here today is we have a lot of different processing accounts. And basically, this is one of them. And you can see last year, let me just change the range. Okay, so this is from 1st to December for one of our merchant accounts. And for this one merchant account, you can see like every single month. In fact, if anything at all, when the world went on lockdown, this was like the worst times for most people. We were, for this one account is going to show you exactly, and I'm going to show you how you can duplicate this strategy over here. But it was making like 6 figures every single month. Okay, so every single month, this account was making 6 figures. And in a moment, I'm going to be showing you how to duplicate and how I've duplicated this strategy in all these different markets. Okay, so we processed tens and thousands of successful payments, right? And I'm going to be able to show, I'm going to show you how you can do that as well, right? How would you like to be able to discover how you can duplicate this? Okay, so that's my goal here. How can you actually duplicate, even if it's not the entire thing, a fraction of this? Okay, so in this presentation, if you stick around for the next hour or so, I'm going to show you how you can clone it. Now, what does it mean by cloning? This means that whether you want to be able to utilize this strategy for physical products or digital products, you'll be able to clone it. Okay, whether you want to be able to utilize it for a different market in fitness, in real estate, in cryptocurrency, you're going to be able to duplicate this process because there's just literally tens and thousands of different niches out there that it's not possible for me to cover all of them. Okay, so how is this duplication even possible, right? And how can it be applied in any market or any industry? So whether you're in real estate, whether you're in network marketing, whether you are in insurance, you'll be able to make this happen. Okay, so how is this possible? So the way to think about it is think of it as kind of like a franchise, right? Like McDonald's. When McDonald's opens a location, a typical location can get an outlet or a branch, approximately $100,000 net profit, right? Every time you open a branch, right? Give or take, minus the cost and overheads. And of course, there's a huge capital outlay. But what happens when they can make a profit? Well, they clone it. They take this proven system, this proven process, and they just open it up in a different location with everything else exactly the same, right? The same system, the same menu, the same food, the same process, the same architecture and infrastructure. So what do they do then? Then they just keep cloning this again and again and again and again and again in a different location, in a different country, with targeting a different demographic, right? Each making them $100,000 a year. And that's how they duplicated it into tens and thousands of different outlets. And that's how they became the biggest burger seller in the entire world, right? How did they do it? They did it by duplicating a successful system. And that's what I'm going to be showing you here today. You see, that system is 5 steps. Okay, I'm going to be revealing to you exactly what those 5 steps are and how you can duplicate this entire system. And usually the success rate is pretty high, right? Whenever they open up a new outlet. So the only difference is that this time it's going to be on Facebook. It's on social media. It's on the internet. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be beginner friendly, requires audience. You don't need to have a product, in fact, and I'll show you why. And you don't need to have tech skills. Okay, so how is this happening on Facebook? You see, on Facebook, there are a lot of different markets and audiences and businesses, right? Some people are into weight loss. Some people are into Forex. Some people are into dogs. Some people are into computer games. Some people have a different demographic. Some people love gardening. Some people want to be able to understand how to lose weight utilizing the keto diet. Some people on Facebook want to be able to understand how to invest in real estate better. So what we need to understand is that on Facebook, there are, millions of people, as well as tens and thousands of different businesses in different markets, in different niches. And this is the best opportunity I've ever seen for anyone, especially beginners, to start earning an income quickly. Because you're going to realize that you don't actually have to start from scratch. And all you have to do is to clone something that's already successful, that's already proven to make money every single day. Okay, so there's really nothing else that exists like this, and anybody can do it. So you don't need to have a product. You'll see why that is the case in a second. You don't need to have followers. Okay, because when I started out, nobody knew who I was. And for many people that, like, for example, you saw earlier, they didn't have any followers online. You don't need to run ads. You can if you want to scale, but you don't have to run ads. You don't need to have any special skills. You don't need any fancy degree. I certainly didn't learn anything from my degree that I'm applying today. You don't need to have an insane amount of work. You need to put into action. And this works for any country in the world. Doesn't matter which part of the world you're at. Any age, young, old, and regardless of any background, right? All you really need is the two things, which is you need a laptop and an internet connection. So is this opportunity for you? Well, if you want to try something different, you want to have a side hustle, if you want to escape the rat race, if you want to build a new income stream, if you want to be able to have a side business so they can do part-time or a side hustle, if you're looking to get an extra income, or basically anybody who wants the lifestyle of an online business. Okay, so let's dive right in. Okay, so let's talk about what you're gonna discover here today. So I'm gonna be showing you a couple of things. Number one would be the pivot that you gotta be able to do to get quality customers, not just to survive, but to thrive. And we probably heard this word a lot last year, right? It's pivot, you gotta pivot. Okay, so we're gonna talk about what that one pivot is in order to get quality customers. Number two, we're gonna talk about, you're gonna discover how do you build an automated funnel, a process to roll out 5 new revenue streams. Okay, so based on this proven process, how do you actually utilize it to build out 5 new revenue streams? And you don't have to be a programmer or a designer or a coder to make this happen. Okay, I'm going to show you the steps. And finally, how do you create a rock solid sales process quickly? By starting small. You got to start small and then scale big. Okay, so how do you start small and scale big? And once I show you these principles, then I will walk you through how do you actually duplicate it utilizing this 5-step process. Okay, so how many of you here are excited to discover this 5-step process and how to make this happen? Type in yes. Let me just check in with you guys. Just type in yes if you are excited to discover how to make this happen. Okay, you guys are still here. Okay, perfect. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, nice. See a lot of people from all over based on the names. Okay, so let's talk about how we can make this happen. Okay, so you're going to discover how do you create launches? How do you sell evergreen products in different markets? How do you promote other people's stuff? I am going to be showing you how I promoted other people's stuff. What many people don't realize is that the world's largest platforms like Amazon for physical products, ClickBank for digital softwares out there, they're actually paying you money if you can help them promote stuff. And I'm going to be showing you how I've even won a car promoting other people's stuff. Okay, so before I even begin, let's talk about, would it be okay with you if I shared with you how I made this all happen and a little bit about my background? Because and here's the thing, I don't know if you have been on any other, trainings or webinars before where the speaker, they spend like 30 minutes on this section. It's some rags to riches story. Because here's the thing, quite frankly, you don't care, right? You showed up here today because you wanted to be able to discover something. You want to be able to do something different. Okay, so today is not about me. I don't want to spend like what most webinar speakers do, and they spend like 30 minutes on poor me. Things used to be horrible for me, and then look at my life now. I've made it. So the answer is you probably don't care. I don't want to dwell on this. So here's like the 60-second version. Okay, the 60-second version of how I made this happen and my backstory and all the mistakes and the struggles that I made was basically this. Before the world went on lockdown, a big thing that I used to do, and that I love doing, is speaking on stages. So I'll be doing keynotes, workshops, trainings all over. So was in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. This was in Taiwan, I believe. This was in the Tony Robbins event in Melbourne. This is in South Africa. So this was my life. Okay, so this was doing the keynote at Funnel Hacking Live in the US. So a big part of me that I love doing is speaking and presenting. And this was my life before the world went on lockdown. So I did this. I had the opportunity and the privilege to do this in more than 20 countries all over the world. But the truth is, really, I'm not special. And my goal here is to show you, even if you feel that you're not special, if you're just starting out, you can make this happen as well. Okay. And here's why I'm not special. Okay. Back in 2007, I, just like most people, I was just starting out. I was trying to figure things out. And here's what people don't know. Okay. I started my online journey in 2007. However, I actually took a picture of my first ever payslip in 2005. Okay. So you can see here, the top right-hand side, it actually says December 2005. I am from Malaysia, and basically, my first payslip, this is paid in ringgit. My local currency, my first payslip was for about 1,200 ringgit, which for those, I know most of you are outside of Malaysia. How much is that? That's approximately, in today's exchange, about $350 US. Okay. Now, you know what the crazy thing is? And in Malaysia, we get paid here, not per week, but per month. So this was my monthly payslip. Okay. And you know what the crazy thing is that I was actually conditioned to believe that if I didn't do well in school and get good grades, this is the price I had to pay. And I actually worked on this job for nearly 2 years. Okay. So now why am I showing you this? It's to show you that it doesn't really, what if your current circumstances really does not matter? Okay. So that's how I started off. In 2005, I was ready to play that corporate game. There I was, all dressed up in a suit, ready to crush my day, and that was how I was conditioned. Okay. In fact, I don't know what's funnier, that oversized suit that I bought, or my hairstyle back then when I thought it was cool to shave my head, or that backdrop that says Danger Man Cooking. But that was what my life was just 15 years ago. And on the right-hand side, this is an award that I got before the world went on lockdown. One of the things that the payment processors that I utilize are ClickFunnels. They can actually track and how much sales a person has made on their platform in terms of sales processed. And this is an award given to people that has done over $25 million in sales processed. And out of the entire community of 150,000 people, I believe that 11 people has achieved this milestone. Okay, so here's the thing. Why am I showing you this? I'm not showing you this to say, hey, take a look at how great Peng Joon is. Maybe a little bit, okay, not gonna lie, maybe a little bit, but the whole reason why I'm showing you this is that it really doesn't matter what your present circumstances is or where you're at in life. I don't know if you're worse off or better than me than where I was back in 2005, but what really matters is what you do about it now, right? What you do about it now in the present, that is going to matter. Right. So hopefully that's going to motivate and inspire those of you that's, just starting out, or perhaps you haven't done anything just yet, to do something about it. Okay. So let's talk about what are the 3 moves that you can be doing right now. And then I'll show you the 5 steps you can utilize in order to duplicate it. Okay. So we're going to start off with the first one. Okay. Strategy number 1 is the pivot you got to be doing right now in order to get quality customers to not just survive, but thrive. Let's talk about what it is. Okay. So in order to first understand, before we even talk about duplicating it, we got to understand the big picture principle. Okay, if you take a look at last year, right, which is, probably going to be a year that we're all going to look back on and like, that was a pretty interesting year, right? We got to understand, first of all, who won and who lost. Okay, now this is JCPenney, and they were a 118-year-old company. And within the first month of lockdown, they literally filed for bankruptcy. 118-year-old company. Why? It is because the first one is that they were a traditional brick and mortar company, and they pretty much had zero presence online, right? Same thing here, Gold's Gym. Within like the first 3 weeks of the lockdown, they filed for bankruptcy. GNC, which is one of the biggest chains for supplements, declares bankruptcy. They had to close 800 stores, and they posted it, just within like 3 months when the world went on lockdown. Okay, so you could be thinking, well, why did they fail, right? Some of you could be going, well, it's because they didn't go online. What if I told you that that's not the main reason? You see, there are a lot of companies that were online, but going online and just being online is not enough. Why? Here's why. So think about like Airbnb, right? Is Airbnb online? The Airbnb CEO said it took us 12 years to build up this company, and we lost everything in a matter of 6 weeks. 6 weeks. They lost everything. All their work was undone. Now, if you think about Airbnb, everything is online, right? If you wanted to book a room, a place, you go online. And in fact, they only had their sales process was all online. You can't book for a place offline, right? Everything's taking place online. But why is it the case that they lost almost everything in 6 weeks? It is because I would like you guys to write these 2 words down. Please write down delivery mechanism. And by the way, guys, if you want to make the most out of this training, take notes, be here, and really commit to completing this entire presentation. I'm going to be giving you a lot of different gold nuggets that is going to be highly applicable. And right now, let me just take a look at you guys for a second. Right now, I know that all of you are from all over, right? You are now, probably, I'm guessing, at home, and you could have a ton of distractions on. You are thinking, maybe I can multitask and be on this webinar while watching Netflix or replying some emails, right? Close out all of your other distractions, close out all the other tabs, close the door. I don't know if you're at home and you've got like 5 kids running around, and it's absolute chaos, but commit to being here if you want to make the most out of it and take notes. Okay, so whether it's on a piece of paper, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on an iPad, take notes and write down an online delivery mechanism. Okay, now what is an online delivery mechanism? You see, Airbnb had an online sales process, but what was their delivery mechanism? Their delivery mechanism was offline. It required people to go somewhere physical in order to fulfill the sale. Now, if you take a look at Zara, right? Chances are, I'm guessing some of you will probably have shopped in Zara before. Why did Zara decide to close up 1,200 stores? You understand the significance of closing 1,200 stores and the amount of money that's involved in making this decision? Why did they do that? It is because it's not that they want to close shop. It's because Zara, what did Zara do within this time frame? They want to focus with an online sales process, with an online delivery mechanism. They don't want to sell online with an offline delivery mechanism. They don't want people to go to their stores because they know, you know what? We don't want to deal with this anymore. And they're going, in order to move forward and to have a future-proof business. Please write down future-proof business. If you want to have a future-proof business without trying to predict the future, wouldn't you agree that right now, yeah, we're optimistic because there seems to be a solution that's rolling out, and hopefully by the end of this year, borders and things will return to normal. But wouldn't you agree that nobody really knows if there's going to be another wave? Nobody knows if this thing's going to mutate. Nobody knows if there's going to be a new strain that's going to be found in 2 years from now, or a totally new thing, a new virus altogether. And I'm not here to spread fear and uncertainty. In fact, if anything at all, I think I'm one of the most optimistic people out there. I want to hope for the best, but I want to prepare for the worst. So what this means is, if you want to build up a business that is profitable, we can't hope and pray. We can't say, you know what, I hope that this doesn't happen again. When it comes to business, when it comes to building an online profitable future-proof business, you got to be able to think, well, how can I future-proof so that I'm not taking any chances if it were to happen again 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, and make sure that I have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. Now, why is this so crucial? If you think that last year was only you were affected, well, let me show you something. Okay, so last year, when the world went on lockdown, I was actually in Poland about to do an event. That's right, in Poland, of all places. And I was about to do my smallest event ever. And the reason for that is because I had 75%.
You take a look at this
Let me just
list of name tags.
I had 75% of people canceling. Okay, so this was all extracted from my Instagram stories where I look back. And the reason why I had a 75% cancellation rate, it was because on that day in Poland, in March, that was the first death that happened. And nobody knew, like March was probably the month where the state of fear was the highest ever, right? Back then. So at a 75% cancellation rate, and I really didn't know what to do. Now, to make things worse, what happened was
Announced 15 minutes.
the night before the event happened, I got a call from the hotel and they said that the Prime Minister of Poland is announced the border shut down for at least 1 month. So that means if you don't leave the country within 24 hours, you would have to be at least staying in Poland for the next 30 days, minimum. Okay, minimum. So, and which, by the way, it turned out to be a lot longer. But I like you, imagine if this was you in March in 2020, what would you have done? Now, it was one of those things where either way, it's the wrong decision. If I canceled it, I, first of all, had a lot of people that's already flown in from different parts of Europe that was already there. Everything's already paid for, the flight, the accommodation, the hotel. And I would have a lot of pissed off customers angry at me for canceling the event because the event's supposed to start the next day and a lot of people have already flown in. Number two, if I did do the event and if I did spread this thing, can you imagine the blood that's on my hands? I don't want to be taking that responsibility. Now, what would you have done? Guys, just real quick, right? Number one, if you would have done the event. Number two, if you would have canceled it, right? One or two, right? It's just, right? Of course, there's one, if you have said, you know what, let's do it anyway. Let's power through and let's, stay in Poland for the next 30 days. Number two, we're going home, right? One, if you would have done it. Two, if you would have gone home. Okay. 1, 1, 2. Okay. I see about 50-50 results over here. Okay. So understand something, right? Both answer is a wrong answer, right? No matter what it is that you do, it's going to be the wrong move anyway. But I decided that I didn't want to risk any people's lives. And that was the most important thing because nobody knew what we were dealing with back in March. So I decided to cancel it and the
airport is
decided to go home. Okay?
There's no
and you can see over here, like this was the airport.
Literally.
It was literally empty. Okay. And you can see like it was a scene right out of some zombie apocalypse movie. Pretty much all of flights were canceled that day. And it was definitely a day to remember. Now, why am I showing you this? It is because you see a part of what it is that I did back then, which I love doing, was speaking and keynotes and workshops. And this part of the business, what was it? It was an offline delivery mechanism, right? It was an offline delivery mechanism. And because of that one weekend, I lost over $127,000 in lost revenue, in cancellation, in fees, in hotel, flight, accommodation, because each person, they all paid $4,000 to be at the room at that event. It was a high-level event. So when I say, I totally understand the struggles entrepreneurs go through because of what happened last year. I truly mean that. It has impacted us a lot. But what I didn't do is I did not wait it out, which is what a lot of people did. I instantly brought all delivery mechanisms online. So I've been marketing for about 15 years right now, and all I did was the event side of things. The only thing that I did was I brought that portion of my business, everything virtually. All right? And I literally did all of my events like over here. Okay. And you can see that this was the following 3 weeks, right? So that was in March. So April, the following week, the next 3 weeks, we still maintained sales of over $1 million that month by bringing everything online. Right. So what does it mean? It means that for number one, Okay, the first thing to understand, if you want to build a long-term sustainable business that's future-proof, please write down, you got to have an online sales process, not just that, with an online delivery mechanism. You can't have an online sales process where people comes to a physical location, because if that's the case, you're still rolling the dice, because you don't know if this thing is still going to happen 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. Okay, we all can hope for the best, but we got to be able to prepare for the worst. Okay, so if you take a look at all companies that crushed it last year, what were they? Why did Alibaba or Amazon or any of these sites, why were they experiencing like Chinese New Year, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday type of sales every single day? It was because they had an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. So what if today I could show you how to build this system up where you can have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism by literally cloning what it is that I do. Again, those are the 5 steps that I'm going to be showing you, but that's the first thing to understand, right? How many of you can see why this thing is absolutely crucial? Type in me in the chat if you can see why this is the first principle. If you want to be able to not just survive, but thrive, you can understand and see why you got to have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. Okay, me. Okay, cool. So let's resume. So in other words, that brings us to number 2, right? Strategy number 2 is you got to be able to build out an automated funnel to roll out 5 new revenue streams. So one of the things that I do to constantly duplicate this is I do not believe in a single stream of income. I believe in multiple streams of income, right? And this section, I want to walk you through how I've been able to do that, right, successfully over and over. So, and how you can do this without being a programmer, designer, or coder. So how this works is kind of like this. First of all, what is a funnel, right? Like, is that something you put into this thing and you put like, is it utilized in cooking? The first time I heard about it, it's like totally confused. Like, what is a funnel? So what's a funnel and what is it? How is it different from a traditional website? You see, websites are dead. Websites are obsolete. Funnels are the future. Websites are the typical, the pages where you have like our about us, contact us, who we are, those websites are dead. Then what you want to have is a funnel. Funnels is kind of like the cheat code of making money online. Now, what is that? What does that mean? It means that a sales funnel is a strategic set of pages that you bring people through from the time they don't know who you are to the time they actually buy. Okay, so today I'm also going to show you how you can build up this funnel and get multiple streams of income, even if you're not a programmer, designer, or coder. So what does this mean? It means that a person's on Facebook or some sort of social media platform. I'm going to show you how you can target them, and they go through a process. Okay, this could be for physical products, this could be your digital products, this could be for services, this could be sell courses, this could be for anything, but you need to have a funnel. A funnel is just a strategic set of pages, right? Where there's product 1, right? They go through this process from the time they don't know who you are to the time they actually buy. So I've got a lot of different type of funnels. This will be an example for one, right? An example of how one funnel look like. And this is where I really need your full attention right now, because this is where I'm going to show you how you can actually clone my funnel and how you'll be able to get a chance to clone this proven process. Okay, so listen to this process carefully and how it works. Okay, so this is the sales funnel that generates 5 different streams of passive income for me, and how you'll be able to do it as well, so that you'll be able to get sales coming in even while you are asleep, even when you're out with friends and family. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so usually I have a process when a person comes on my page. So this is usually via Facebook. Okay, there would be some sort of product. This could be digital, it could be physical, but it's usually low ticket, something like $7, $10, right? An easy sell. After they go through the first page, usually on the checkout, there will be this thing called an order bump, which is like, would you like to add this to your cart? Okay, so this is something like, for example, in this case here, it's like $37. Okay, and then after that, there would be some sort of upgrade, sometimes known as an upsell. This is kind of like going to McDonald's, being asked, would you like fries with that? Would you like to supersize it? Would you like to go large? Okay. And then after that, a second upsell, another one, right? And then after that, they would go to the confirmation page, right? So this is an example of a typical sales process. Now, so for example, here, there are basically 4 products, right? But we mentioned, wait a second, I thought there's 5 streams of income. We'll come to that in a second, and I'll show you how you can duplicate this when we come to our 5-step process. Okay, so this is a typical sales process. Now, just utilizing this alone has enabled me to duplicate this over and over again for my products, programs, services, physical, digital products, trainings, courses, in different markets, in different topics, in different niches. So this has enabled me to scale my business to over, so this over here is an award for businesses that has done over $10 million in sales. They call it the 2 Club X. This is an award, ClickFunnels gives to its users. And because I constantly duplicated it and cloned it and scaled it, doing it over and over and over again, because I've got a proven process, this was what led me to get into this award, which is the 2CCC award, which is what I showed you earlier, right? So just this alone has enabled me to make that happen. However, like I said, there's 5 streams, right? One of the things that I also do is I don't just sell my own products, I also sell other people's products. Now, this is known as affiliate marketing. Now, what is affiliate marketing? It's basically just a process of selling other people's products. This could be physical products on Amazon. This could be digital products on ClickBank. This could be a software like ClickFunnels. So what I do is I'm constantly promoting other people's stuff as well. So for example, this funnel over here, this one funnel, I've got a lot of different funnels. On the back end, inside the members area, when somebody buys, one thing that I will show people is if you want to be able to execute this section well, right? So everybody, whenever they buy their stuff, they will all go to this members area. So understand that the funnel automatically delivers the product for us, right? If it's a digital product, all I'm doing is I'm saying congratulations, right? This is the members area portal. So I don't have to open up my email feeling stressed saying, hey team, we just got this sale coming in from Michelle. This is her details. Her ID is, shipping number 4156342. This is her email address. Can you please give her a call? No, right? Everything in the funnel automatically, and that's the keyword here, delivers the products for us. And inside the members area, I also do this one thing. It actually promotes other people's products. In this example over here, I am promoting ClickFunnels, which is a software that helps marketers build up pages. And this step did so well that just promoting ClickFunnels alone as an affiliate, I've actually passed way over $1 million in affiliate sales. So what does this mean? I'm not a software programmer. I didn't build or code this software, but all I did is I'm promoting somebody else's product, somebody else's thing, which happens to be a software over here. And as long as the people that I've referred utilizes this software every month and continues being a paid member, this software continues paying me every single month. And for example, over here inside the dashboard, one of the things that they do is they show you this thing called MRR. Now, what is MRR? It just stands for monthly recurring revenue. Now, because it's a software that builds users every single month, this means that as long as they continue paying and being a member, this software company will continue paying me every single month. And so right now, like literally next month, I don't need to change anything, do anything. This company is going to continue paying me about $56,000 every single year, right? Every single month, rather. So in the next 12 months, that adds up to be about $600,000, and that's passive, right? Isn't that amazing, right? And by the way, this could be softwares, this could be physical products, this could be digital products. I promote a lot of different types of products that isn't mine, right? How many of you here can see the power of having one funnel in order to create multiple streams of income? Type in yes, or type in multiple, guys, if you can see why this is like a machine that can help you sell physical products, digital products, other people's products, right? You need to be able to have a funnel, right? Okay, cool, multiple. Okay, so that's the power, right? I don't believe in having a single stream of income. I believe in having multiple streams of income. Okay, so the funnel delivers the product for us. It promotes other people's products. So this is 100% on autopilot. So this is how and I don't lift a finger. This is how I get 5 different streams of automated income from just one funnel, right? And I've got a lot of different funnels selling a lot of different types of products. So you just need to feed the machine, right? And that's the power of having a process that it's an online delivery mechanism, right? So notice what I said earlier. When somebody pays me, I don't have to get on the phone. I don't have to meet this person in person. They don't have to come to my store, right? Why? Because it's an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. And that is the power of having something digital with an online delivery mechanism. And I'm going to be showing you how you can apply online delivery mechanisms and why you should be doing that and how you can be duplicating it. Okay. So if you really think about it, okay, like why is it that every top marketer in the world out there, whether it's Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, what are they doing? They have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. All of them, right? Why? Because it's a zero hassle business, right? You're future proofing your business. There's no shipping. Okay. You can sell physical products and it still work for you if you want to. In fact, the example that I gave you earlier was for a physical product on the front end, right? But everything else was digital. But in most cases, you don't have to ship out anything if you're selling digital, right? Everything is pure profit. So you don't have overheads, right? They live on forever. In fact, way longer than you and I will ever be around. They'll still continue being out there and selling for you. Like something could happen to me tomorrow, touch wood, but this thing here is still going to be generating an income even without me being around, right? Isn't that powerful, right? Think about it. So that's how you generate. And you know, I know that when people say, oh, passive income, it sounds like some get rich quick thing. I get it. But understand that, first of all, it does take work to set it up, but you don't need to be a programmer, designer, or coder to be able to do it. Okay. So that's how that is the exact reason why the top marketers in the world all have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism with a sales funnel, right? So look at what they are doing, not what they tell you to do, right? In fact, don't look at don't just listen to what I'm telling you, but look what I'm doing. Okay, so that is the one thing all top marketers, right, are doing. They all have a sales process with an online delivery mechanism, and they're all crushing it, making a fortune with digital, right? And this will put you in the same league the moment you have this same proven architecture or infrastructure selling your product, which I'm going to show you how you can and what it is that you can be doing in order to clone this and put your own products in there in whatever market, whether it's fitness, whether it's weight loss, whether it is makeup, whether it's beauty, whether it's computer games, whether it's cryptocurrency, real estate, you'll be able to do that as well. Okay, so that's strategy number 2. So real quick, what is strategy number 1? You got to be able to pivot, having an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. What is strategy number 2? You got to be able to build up a funnel so that you can get multiple streams of income with an online delivery mechanism. So what is strategy number 3, right? Strategy number 3, please write down, is you want to be able to create a rock solid sales process by starting small and scaling big. So the mistake most people have is, oh, in order to do this, I got to have a large capital. Okay, it's not. Okay, let me explain why. In fact, if anything at all, you need to start small. Okay, why is that the case? Okay, let me explain. So one of my favorite series, I don't watch a lot of series, but this is one of the very few that I actually watch, and it's called Shark Tank, right? How many of you here, you have watched or heard of Shark Tank? Type in number 1 if you have, number 2 if you have never watched or heard of Shark Tank. Let me just do a quick 5-second survey. Quick 5-second survey. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I see about 50-50. Okay, so if you've never watched this before, this is where entrepreneurs will come on this show and they'll pitch an idea, and these sharks, who are the multi-millionaires as well as billionaires, would decide if they want to invest in their business or not. And so one of my favorite sharks is the guy that is sitting in the middle over here, right? And his nickname is Mr. Wonderful. Now, some people might say he's not that wonderful because he can appear to be a little bit mean, but he's like the bad guy of Shark Tank, right? He's like the Simon of Shark Tank, Simon Cowell. So he's one of my favorite sharks because he says things as it is. He doesn't sugarcoat. But to some people, he can appear to be a little bit mean and too straightforward. Okay, but here's what Mr. Wonderful says about this step that you're about to discover. Okay, listen carefully.
Hey everybody, Mr. Wonderful here in Cape Town, South Africa, where it's summertime and it's beautiful here. But that's not why I'm checking in. I want to talk about Peng Joon. Social media works worldwide. If you're in a business, you want to acquire customers, you want to do it efficiently, you want to make money doing it, you need to get great strategies. The whole idea of using social media is to acquire customers for less than their lifetime value. In other words, you want to acquire them profitably so you make money. You have to spend advertising dollars on social, you acquire the customers, but you want that to cost you less than what they give you in margin selling your products. And that's why Peng Joon is important, because that's helping you with strategies. That's what Peng Joon does. So check out Peng Joon. Maybe you can use social media more efficiently with that help.
Okay, so let me just pause right there. Okay, so I'm not sure if you caught it, but please write down this one sentence that Mr. Wonderful said, which is basically to acquire customers profitably. Please write that down. To acquire customers profitably. Now, what does this mean? If you want to scale big, you got to start small first. How do you start small? By understanding the game, the big picture, which is basically the whole name of the game is to be able to put $1 into the system, into the funnel that I showed you earlier, right? This could come from Facebook, usually Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Google, so that by the time they go through that funnel, you get back a net profit of at least $3. That is the goal, to put $1 in and get back $3 net on the other side. Okay, so that's how you acquire customers profitably. So think about this, right? What if right now we all have this opportunity, which is basically the ability to spend $5 to get back 10? It's like, huh? It's like, what does that even mean? Well, think about it this way. Right now, each and every one of us can go to platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, right? And we can actually go to Facebook ads and we can spend, say, $5 on ads. And Facebook is not going to go, oh, wait a second, you're only spending $5 with us. This is disgusting. Get out of here, right? Facebook is not going to do that. Facebook, guess what? They're going to take your money. They're going to say, we're going to take your $5. Now, guess what? Most of the time people think I need to have a huge capital, right? It's not about that. You put $5, you get people into the process, into your funnel, and then you want to see if you can get back at least $10 in return. Now, if that happens, what do? What do you do, guys? You spend $10 and see if you can get back $20. If that happens, what do? You spend $50. See if you can get back $100. If that happens, you spend $500 to see if you can get back $1,000, right? Please write down the word scaling. That's just scaling, right? How you build, grow, and scale a business. That's right. By the way, guys, I love your energy and participation here today, right? So that's how you scale a business. Scaling, now notice the difference. 15, 20 years ago, if you had a business, what were your options back then? You had to go on, if you want to get more sales, more leads, more visibility, as a business owner 20 years ago, what was the common thing most people would do? They would advertise on radio, TV, magazines, newspaper. They would spend 5-6 figures in ads, right? An advertising budget. And they would have no idea what the returns are because it's super hard to track, right? And you had to commit a lot of money up front. But today, right, that's right, somebody said yellow pages, right? Today, the difference is we don't have to do that. You start small, right? I don't go into a brand new market and start spending $1,000 a day. That would be stupid of me. I go into a brand new market and I want to be able to spend $20, right? I want to be able to see how profitable it is before I start scaling. I want to be able to see, can I put in $1 to get back $3? So that's my goal here today. You see, when I show you and when I reveal to you the 5 moves that you need to be doing if you want to be able to clone this business, my goal here is to help you build a system. I would like all of you write down the word system. In fact, say it out loud. Say it, system, right? What is a system? My system is to help you give you the ability to put $1 in so that when a person goes to that funnel, you get back $3 out. How many of you would agree that if I could help you make that happen, right? How many of you would agree that this might be the closest thing ever to legally printing money, if it was possible? Guys, give me the $sign if you agree that this might be the closest thing ever to legally printing money, if it was actually possible, right? If you could actually make that happen, right? If you could spend $1 on Facebook, YouTube, Google, Instagram, and get back $3 out, that might be the closest thing ever to legally printing money, if it was possible, right? Okay, a lot of $signs. Okay, cool. So by the way, guys, again, if you want me to see your comment, change it from panelists to all panelists and attendees. So that way, myself and other people can see your comments as well. Anyway, so that is my goal here. You see, I spent a lot of money on ads, right? This is one of my ad accounts where I've got over $1 million in ad spend over here. Now, some people look at this and they say, well, Peng Joon, I don't have $1 million in ads. Again, what is this principle all about? It's all about starting small, scaling big, right? I want to notice some of these new ad accounts, I'm spending $30 a day, right? Not a whole lot of money. Why? Because I want to be able to see how profitable it is. If it's profitable, then I will start spending more money. So for example, like this over here, I know that for this exact funnel, a person is worth about $80 every time they go through this funnel, right? So because it cost me $12 to get a purchase, I want to go all out and I want to be able to spend as much money as possible, right? So think about this way, okay? Quick question. Guys, if you could build a system that allows you to put $1 in and get back $3 out, how much would you pay? How much would this system be worth to you? Guys, let me know in the chat right now. How much would this system be worth to you? If you could put $1 in and you get back $3 out, how much would this system, I mean, like, give me a number, right? Priceless is a little bit vague, but how much would you pay like programmers, developers, funnel builders, designers in order to have this done so that every single month you can go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram to put $1 in, get back $3 out? How much would you pay to make this happen, right? Some people, 20,000, 100,000, 1,000, 50,000, 100,000, exactly, right? All in, right? Exactly. That's probably the right answer. You would sell your house, you'll sell the kids, you'll sell both kidneys, and you'll try to give all the money you have in order to have this thing built, right? And that's the power that, of having a proven process. Okay, so like my funnels, some of my funnels, I've paid over $30,000 to have them built. Some people say it's crazy, but the right answer, the right way to think about it is, well, is it worth it, right? So it's all about it's not about having a huge budget. It's about understanding how to start small and scale big. So the way to think about this is this. So budget is a bad thing. You see, most of the time, whenever I'm coaching a business owner, a CEO, an entrepreneur, a very common thing people tell me is they say, well, this month I want to set aside $6,000 in, marketing, sales, and ads. And when somebody tells me that, I know that they didn't get it because they're thinking about advertising as an expense. Okay. They think that, right? How many of you would agree that's a very common thing, business owners say, right? Like, I want to set aside, $6,000 this month on marketing and ads. But that's the wrong way to think about it, right? Because if for every $1 you spent and if you got back $3 in return, how much money would you spend? There's no limit, right? You just want to spend as much as possible. So what if ads and marketing done right is not an expense, but rather an investment, right? You would only put a budget to something when you know you're never seeing that money back, right? And that's why people have budgets on holidays, on food, on travel, because you know that if you spend money, you're never seeing the money back. But advertising and marketing done right, if you have the right system, you put it in and you get back $3 out on the other side, that would be an investment, right? Does that make sense, guys? If you are picking up what I'm putting down, just type in yes. I want to just quickly check in this with you guys. Guys, give me a quick yes if this makes absolute sense. Okay, yes. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so let's talk about what we've covered so far. So now that we've covered these strategies, right, we're going to move on to the 5-step process in a second and how you can clone it. So we've covered these 3 strategies real quick, right? Let me quickly summarize. Number 1 is that if you want to pivot online to not just survive but thrive, you got to have an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. We've established that you want to be able to build out an automated funnel to roll out 5 new revenue streams and have multiple streams of income, whether you want to sell your own products or other people's products, which is basically what I did to become a top affiliate out there. And you want to be able to start small and scale big through your sales process, right? But it's all about being practical about it, by starting small, making sure that it's profitable first and before you actually scale big, right? So the question is, what if I could actually clone this proven process and this entire business for you, right? What if I can actually do that? Well, how would that work? How many of you here would love to be able to have this entire business, like literally handed to you, so that the only thing you need to do is change my face out, all right? Change the words, right? Change the market, the industry. You can utilize it for weight loss or fitness or for gym owners or for gaming or for dog training or for cryptocurrency or for real estate or for insurance, for network marketing. But how many of you would love to be able to have this entire system cloned for you? Okay. Me. Okay, so great. So how does this work? Well, here's how it works. So one of the things that I have been doing in the last 9 years is I have been doing this thing called the Game Changer Intensive. I have the privilege to do this event in more than 20 countries all over the world. And what I have done now, obviously events are dead now, but one of the things that I've done is I've brought this thing virtually and I brought it online. Now, basically how this Game Changer Intensive works is to help you clone this entire process utilizing 5 steps. Now, here's the thing, I would love to explain to you how it works so that you can decide for yourself if it's a good fit for you. But either way, whether you want to be able to shortcut and get faster results and do it together with me through this virtual event, or whether you want to do it yourself, right? These would be the 5 steps, right? Guys, with your permission, I would love to be able to reveal to you what these 5 steps are and how to clone this so that you can decide for yourself if you want to go do it yourself or work together with me so that you can accelerate and get even faster results. Guys, if it's cool with you, would it be cool with you if I explain to you how this 5-step process works, how Game Changer Intensive works, so that you can decide for yourself if we are a good fit to work with each other? If that's cool, just type in cool in the chat. If I have your permission, because I don't want to just assume that I've got your permission to explain how this works. If that's cool with you for me to explain how the 5-step process works, just type in cool. Okay, cool. Okay, very nice. Okay, so here's how it works. Again, it's 5 steps. Whether you decide to do it together with me, whether you do it yourself, this would be the 5 steps. Okay, it's the same 5 steps that I've utilized with that have not just changed my life, but also my family's life, as well as students all over the world. So what is number 1? Okay, when you come to Game Changer Intensive, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to show you how do you, please write down, identify profitable market. Please write down identify profitable market. It could be a profitable niche. So for example, this is Jordan Yo. Okay, Jordan Yo took this process and he customized it for his market, which is the fitness market. Now, Jordan trained with me back in 2016, back then when he was a fitness trainer / coach. And one of the things that he did is he utilized this process, the same 5-step process that you're about to discover, in the fitness market. And today, he's got one of the most followed pages in my country, which is Malaysia. And he's got about 4+ million people that follow him on Facebook. Now, the question is, how did he manage to do this from starting out all the way to crushing it? Okay, here's what happened for Jordan.
Jordan here. Some of you may know me from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Well, as a direct learning results from Peng Joon, I actually created my own online training program, the Iron Mastery. I applied this formula and the results was overwhelming. Seriously overwhelming. Right, so guys, if you want to master internet marketing skills, you should learn from the master himself, Peng Joon. Okay, take it from me, he will definitely change your life.
So the question is, what did Jordan do that changed his life, right? Well, Jordan did exactly what it is that I'm about to show you. He took this 5-step process, he came to my training, and he built up this funnel and he took the funnels that was proven, the architecture, the infrastructure, and he applied it for his program called the Iron Mastery. So this one product changed everything. And fast forward today, Jordan today is able to live his passion, make a difference, influence, and change the lives of millions of people, where money today is no longer concerned, and he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't need to do personal coaching anymore unless he chooses to, right? But this one funnel, this one product is the thing that made all the difference for him, that allowed him to do whatever he wants today, right? Isn't it amazing to be able to do that through just one proven sales funnel? Okay, that's what I'm showing you to do. Okay, so that's step number 1. We're going to identify the market that you want to go in together, because this is, like I said, on Facebook, on social media, there are tons of different niches out there. You can utilize this for real estate. You can utilize this for pets. You can utilize this for training dogs. You can do this for computer games. You can do this for fitness, for weight loss, for the keto diet, for supplements, for insurance, for real estate. You can utilize this to get more leads. And that's what happened. So one thing that actually happened, so this was back in 2016. It's like, yes, that's like 5 years ago. And I can tell you that 5 years ago, like fitness, this was at an event that Jordan attended when he was at my event. And this is the first time I actually trained with him. And here's the thing. If you want to be able to accelerate and get faster results, how many of you here would love to be able to accelerate and get faster results, right? Type in, guys, type in accelerate. If you want to be able to accelerate and get faster results, type in accelerate. Let me walk you through 2 things that you must have. Okay. Now, let me explain, what these 2 things are. You see, this is when I first trained with Jordan. He attended my event and he said, Peng Joon, if you follow me to this event, I promise you I'll get you some serious results. I trained with him, and on this day, he killed me. My legs was like jelly. I could barely walk the next day. But he said, whenever I'm back home and if I wasn't doing events, if I trained with him, he could get me massive results. So I would train with him whenever I was around. And every 2 months, I would take a progress picture. So this was like September 2016. This was my 4-month mark, December 2016, and February 2017 in 6 months. Now, here's the thing. I know that these pictures here, they look a little bit gay as well. But the reason why I'm showing you these images is because, first of all, fitness was never really a thing of mine. I've never, paid much attention to it my whole life. But in 6 months, I got faster results than all my years combined trying to figure things out on my own, only because I had these 2 things in place. Number 1, please write down, I had a coach, right? Every single day when I'm training Jordan, he would coach me through the steps when I'm making the moves. And when I feel like I'm about to do my last rep, he would say, come on, bro, just give me one more. And then when I feel like I'm struggling, I don't want to put it down and I can't do it anymore, and he's like, okay, come on, bro, last one. And it was always one more rep. I was always 1 rep away. So what made him an amazing coach is that he would make me do the moves that I otherwise would not have done myself. So that's number 1. If you want to accelerate and get faster results, you got to have a coach. And number 2, please write down system. You got to have a system. Do you have a system? Whether it's in fitness, whether it's in business, whether it's in finances, whether it's in marketing, you got to have a proven system. I knew that whenever I trained with Jordan, Monday, I would start off with, it would be chest day, would start with incline bench press. Tuesday, we back day. Wednesday, we legs. You don't want to skip legs day, bro. Right? So I had a system to follow. And that is what the Game Changer Intensive is all about. It is, number 1, about me coaching you through the 5 steps. And number 2, having a system, a process that actually works, that's proven over and over again in different markets, handed to you. Okay, so that's step number one, right? We are going to identify that profitable market for you together. Okay, so now before I move on to step number two, so this is where I understand that in the room, there's usually two types of people, right? Number one are those of you that don't have a business and you want to get started with the business. And number two, if you have an existing business. Okay, so guys, type in number one if you don't have a business right now, but you would like to get started with one. And number two, if you have an existing business and you would like to utilize that for this framework over here. Okay, so let me just do a quick survey. Okay, a good mix of ones and twos. Okay, good. So what does this mean? It means that if you don't have a business right now, when you attend the Game Changer Intensive, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to help you get started with the business by identifying what market do you want to go into. And if you typed in number two, if you have an existing business, I'm going to be showing you how you can apply this entire proven process in your existing market, in your existing industry, in your existing business. Okay, so that's step number one. That brings us to step number two. Okay, so what is number two? Okay, please write down build sales funnel. Okay, now this is the step where I am going to be showing you and literally giving you the entire process, the entire funnel handed over to you so that you can start customizing it so that you don't build it from scratch. Many people get stuck on this because they try to build it from scratch. They spend tens and thousands of dollars on some funnel builder or designer that might give them a beautiful looking website that does absolutely nothing. That's not optimized for sales. Okay, so step number two is, I know it's a step that scares a lot of people because you tend to think that in order to build this, you need to be a programmer, a designer, a coder. Understand something. So one of the things that I do, my life's work is in building different funnels. We've built up dozens of funnels for physical products, for digital products, for services, for coaching, for real estate, to get more leads. So remember my proven funnel? Now this proven funnel that I showed you earlier, that gives me 5 different streams of income. What if I told you is just one of the many funnels that I've built, right? I've built up a lot of different funnels, but this is where I'm going to be giving you these different funnels so that it's literally just plug and play. You'll just need to either swap the words out, make it so that change the wording so that it makes sense for your market, for your industry, the same way Jordan did it for his market in fitness. And this is where you will be able to get 20 plus proven funnels that is applicable in any niche. So one of the things that we have done, right? We sell physical products. You want to have a physical, whether you want to sell physical products, you could do that as well. We've built up challenges online, e-commerce funnels, membership sites. In fact, clients who want to work together with us, pay us, our agency can start from 6 figures and beyond in order to have everything done for them. But what if this would be literally handed to you so that by the end of this step, you would be able to have these pages built and you would be open for business, right? How many of you here would love to be able to process payments from anyone, anywhere in the world, as long as they've got a Visa, American Express, MasterCard, and to be open for business? Just type in open if you want to be able to be open for business. Okay, so open. Okay, so by the end of step number 2, once we've identified your market, we're going to be building up these pages. I'm going to show you how you can easily build these pages, whether you want to sell physical products, digital products, courses, trainings, events. This is when your business will be open for business, right? By the end of this step. Now, having a funnel is great, and this is highly applicable to any market. So for example, this is Jason. Jason was in the insurance market, and he attended my live event before the world went on lockdown. And for Jason, he was a little bit skeptical. He said, well, how is this going to work for me in the insurance world, right? So one of the things that he did is, when the world went on lockdown, is he had a very simple sales process. He had this super simple page that didn't even have fancy graphics on it. And what he did was he built up a page to show people how to get more leads, more sales, right? And he did this training and it was in Mandarin, wasn't even English. So this works regardless of which country you're from, okay? Whether you are in Hong Kong, whether you want to be able to do this in your native language, whether you want to do this in Italian, this will work for you regardless of what part of the world. I know that a lot of you right now on the chat, you're from all over the, the world. I see some of you in Europe, a lot of you in different parts of the US, in Asia as well. So what did he do? He just had an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism, right? Are you guys getting this? So what did he do? 3 super simple pages, okay? The question is, what actually happened? You can see that this was the month of April, right? When the world was staying at home. What did he do? He said, Peng Joon, super excited to share this with you. I did a 2-hour webinar, right? And I closed 101,000 ringgit. Now, for those of you, most of you outside of Malaysia, this would be about 25,000 US dollars, right? You convert it into your local currency. And he said, this month, I did about 336,000 ringgit. Now, this is the month of April when pretty much fear was an all-time high. So what did he say? He says, thank you, Peng Joon, for everything. Literally changed my life. Appreciate the guidance, right? So what did he do? During this 1 month, okay, he literally had an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism, doing this, working from home, making more than what some CEOs of really large organizations would make, while doing this in his room wearing short pants, right? How many of you here would love to be able to make money online and work in your business in your underwear? How many of you would love to do that? Type in me, okay? If you want to be able to do this in your underwear. Okay, cool. I should see at least like 500 me's here, okay? What about the rest of you? The rest of you, what? You guys don't want to wear anything? Is that right? Okay, cool, right? Different people, different preferences, right? So that's what he did. So you can see, first of all, I'm not here to promise you overnight millions. Anybody who tells you that, obviously, there's no such thing. It took him, he attended my events 2 years ago, right? And it's been 2 years, and it was something that he did. But because he learned this skill set, I want you to understand that he could capitalize on this opportunity rather than, and that's what made him ready. And that's why now even more, it's even more crucial for you to be able to understand how this thing works. And you know what the amazing thing is? Here's what happened. He posted how he went from 0 to 1 million. And by the way, when I say 1 million, this is in ringgit. So this is about 250,000 US dollars in 5.5 months. Okay. So what happened, right? You can see it's not, so this was from March 2020 to August 2020. And you can see, it wasn't, overnight riches. First one, technical issue, 1-star review. Nobody bought in the second one, right? And it doesn't need to be webinars. It could be a sales process. It could be an application funnel. There are a lot of different funnels here. Just today, we don't have the luxury to cover all the different funnels, but that is what Jason did in order to absolutely turn the worst of times to the best of times. Again, notice what he didn't do. He didn't just sit back and say, poor me. All of the insurance agents today are really affected. I can't wait for this thing to be over. So while I wait, let me eat a tub of ice cream every day while watching Netflix. That's not what he did, right? What he did is he is doing something about it. And that's the question I want to ask you. Are you willing to do something about it? Are you willing to do something different, right? He pivoted. That's right, says Gilbert. So ultimately, that's what he did in order to turn the best of times, worst of times to best of times. And as a result of that, one of the things you also notice that in 2020, he literally won the one of the top 100 most influential young entrepreneurs of 2020, right? Guys, isn't it amazing to go from 0 to building a very successful business to getting awards and recognition, all in the span of a year, right? Where do you think you could be 1 year from now if you only had the right systems, the right processes, the right coach, and the right strategies, right? Where do you think you could be? Okay, that's how he turned the worst of times to the best of times. Okay, so that would be number 2, right? By the way, how many of you here are motivated and inspired to see somebody like Jason, who has never even done online marketing before, who's not a programmer, who's not a coder, but managed to absolutely crush it to give you guys newfound beliefs that you can do it as well. Okay, type in me, all right? And by the way, guys, I love the enthusiasm here today, okay? And that's step number 2, okay? So what is step number 2? Right, real quick, step number 1 is we're gonna identify a profitable market together. Number 2, you're gonna build up a sales process or a funnel without being a programmer, designer, or coder, okay? So they can be open for business. That brings us to number 3, okay? Now, what is number 3? Please write down number 3 is, please write down product promotion. Please write down product promotion. If you want to be able to monetize online, you got to sell something. Now that you have a few different options over here, okay? What's your first option? Your first option is to do like what Jason or Jordan did, where please write down your first option is sell my own product. This is where I'm going to be giving you all of my different templates in different markets, in different niches, so that you can create your own product in your own market or niche and sell it, even if nobody knows who you are, even if you don't have testimonials, the same way how Sherman did it, right? The same way how everybody who wants to get started online would actually do it if they only knew what to do, okay? So that's your first option. Create your own product, sell your own product, keep 100% of the profits, okay? That's the first thing that I'm going to be showing you. I'm not just going to be showing you, I'm going to be giving you the proven templates and frameworks that I use to sell and create products that are sold millions of dollars online. Okay, that's the first one. Your second option, please write down, is affiliate marketing. Okay, now what does this mean? This means that you could be selling physical products on Amazon. What many people don't know is the world's largest e-commerce stores, they're all willing to pay you commissions whenever you refer customers to them, including Amazon, where they will take care of the shipping and the fulfillment and the warehousing, all of that. The only thing you got to do is send people to them. Okay, so this is like what I showed you earlier, right? How did I manage to do over $1 million in affiliate commissions promoting a software and get them to pay me over $50,000 a month passive income? It is because I am promoting somebody else's product. So somebody else's product could be a software as well, could be a digital product like what it is that I do. This could be physical on Amazon. This could be for platforms like Agoda. So for example, I know that, first of all, travel is dead right now, but I'm here to show you like the possibilities. Whether it's Agoda, whether it's Booking.com, the world's largest platforms, the one thing they all have is an affiliate program. So for example, Agoda would actually pay you for referring people that book hotels or flights or accommodation through their platform. So I'm here to show you that there are affiliate platforms in every single market. This could be Forex, this could be crypto, where a platform would actually, so for example, eToro is a very common Forex trading platform. And eToro would actually pay you, $400 to referring a customer. On top of that, whenever a person makes a trade, you actually get 25% revenue share every time somebody makes a trade. So what I'm trying to get you to see is there's this whole new world out there in different markets, in different niches, in weight loss, in supplements, in softwares, in real estate, in credit cards, in Forex, right? That you can refer people to where you don't have to create the product, right? A lot of times you'll tell me, but and this can also be applied. So step number 3, product promotion can also be utilized to get you more leads. So for example, if you are into real estate and if you are an insurance agent or if you're a network marketer and you want to be able to grow your downline or to grow your team, right, and your business, you can utilize that as your product as well, right? You want to be able to scale this online, okay? So that could be your product. So if you want to be able to sell real estate, if you want to sell insurance, you can totally utilize this process as well. Dude. Now, a very common thing is, so here's how you can apply this, okay? This next person, he applied this for his network marketing / MLM business. Okay, now here's what happened. Let me show you what happened and what it is that he did in order to make and generate this result.
Dude, Peng Joon, you are a freaking animal. I thought you were crazy with this whole content strategy thing, and went for it, and it works, and I'm using it in my MLM. And I get like, dude, 2 people per day are asking to join my downline, people I've never met before. And these guys are running around, and they're like, I'm so excited, I'm pacing. These guys are running around, and they're using the exact same strategy, and we're just pulling people in, attracting people to us. And I don't even need to talk to them. It's really cool. I'm in MLM and still have friends and family. How weird is that?
Steve Larson utilized this process in MLM and still has friends and family, right? How weird is that? So how many of you here have experienced this before, where there was this friend whom you haven't spoke to in a while, right? Maybe it's, you were friends at one point in time, and all of a sudden, really random, you got this DM on Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and they're saying, hey man, it's been a while. Let's meet up for coffee sometime. How are you doing? And then you're a little bit skeptical, but you thought to yourself, you know what? I'm going to give this person benefit of doubt. It has been a while, so let's meet up. And when you met up for this coffee session turns out to be your friend in full presentation mode with an iPad, drawing a bunch of circles on a piece of paper, right? How many of you here know what I'm talking about? Right? Type in me if you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? If that's ever happened to me, right? Exactly, right? Now, Steve Larson is crushing it today and is a leader in his network marketing organization, but still has friends and family. Well, why is that? It is because he's not approaching friends and family. How did he utilize this process and apply and implement this? Well, here's what he did, okay? What he did was he had a sales funnel. So understand a sales funnel can be applied in any market. What did he do? Step number 1, he said, it's just one simple page. He says, I'm building an invite-only downline of marketers. Apply if you are serious. So people click on that. After that, this is how he gets leads automatically. They fill up a form. He doesn't explain what network marketing company he's with just yet. And after that, on the 3rd step, he reveals what MLM he's in. Now, what does he do over here? Over here, this is when he's explaining what the compensation plan is, what the product is, how it works. The same thing that he would typically do if he were to meet up with a person one-on-one and have coffee. Instead, that's all automated. And if a person wants to sign up, they click on this, they sign up automatically and become his downline. And that's how he's automatically able to get 2 to 3 downlines a day without talking to them or getting them on the phone. And if they choose not to sign up straight away, he has the option or the flexibility to call them up if he chooses to, right? So understand that, first of all, this is not about MLM, okay? This is about showing you that you need to have a sales process, and a sales funnel can be applied in whatever market. This could be real estate, to get more leads, to sell more houses. This could be insurance, right? This could be for any market. You got to be able to have a sales process, okay? So that is what Steve Larson utilized to sell his product, to become a leader and to build and to become a leader in the organization. And because of that, he duplicated this to the people in his downline so that now they're utilizing this process as well, okay? So that being said, some of you are going, but Peng Joon, I don't have a product, but I'm new, but nobody knows who I am, right? But I'm not a celebrity, but I'm not known, right? How can I make this happen? I don't have an offer. I don't know what market to go into. I've never done this before, right? How many of you here have that objection? Like, but I don't have a product, right? I'm guessing quite a number of you. So how do you go about this? Well, let me share with you how to think about this first. So this is Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson, for those of you who don't know, he is the CEO of ClickFunnels. They're a software company, about 6 years old now. They're doing over $100 million in sales every single year. Absolutely crushing it. So when Russell Brunson launched this book about 5 years ago, he wanted to make this book, .com Secrets, a New York Times best-selling book. Okay, and he said, I am giving away my Ferrari F430 to whoever can sell most copies of my book. Okay, so the internet, if you were utilizing, in this space back then, it went crazy. Okay, everybody wanted to sell this book to win this Ferrari, including me. So I joined this contest because I wanted to win this Ferrari. Guess what happened? Do you think I won this contest? Guys, let me know. Simple yes or no in the chat. What do you think happened? you think I won this contest? What do you think happened? Well, no, yes, no. Well, first of all, you're right. For those of you who said, no, I did not win this contest. The person that won this contest, his name is Jeff Walker, legend online, and he's the person that won the Ferrari. Then after that, Russell Brunson, this is about 4 years ago now, did the same thing. He said, I'm going to do a 1 month long contest. It's called Expert Secrets from my second book. I want to turn this into a #1 New York Times bestselling author book. So I'm going to do this thing called the Dream Car Contest. And whoever can sell most copies in that 1 month is going to win this thing, this car. So what did I do? Same thing here. I promoted this book for like 1 full month. Now, guess what happened? Do you think I won this contest? What do you think? Right? I see a couple of yeses and a few no's. Well, I did win this contest, but let me show you who was in the top 10. Okay. Top 10, number 2 was podcaster John Lee Dumas, who many regard as the top podcaster. Tony Robbins needs no introduction. Many people regard him as the top personal development trainer in the world. Grant Cardone, Jeff Walker, the guy who won the Ferrari, Tai Lopez, the here in my garage guy, right? But do you know at the end of this contest, what was the one thing everybody was saying? Do you know what it is? It's not how, right? How is the second question. It's actually who. Who is Peng Joon and what did he do to win this contest? Because I can tell you a lot of people here in this top 10, they had a much bigger following. They were more popular. They had a much bigger list and a much bigger audience. But how many of you would like to be able to discover what it is that I did to win this contest, right? That's step number 4, right? Step number 4 coming right up. But this was what I did, right? So I won this dream car contest. And this is me driving out this Porsche from the showroom for the first time that's fully paid for by ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson. And here's the thing, guys, that I would like you guys to see. I just won a brand new car paid off by somebody else promoting a book that I didn't even write. Do you know how crazy that is? But that literally is the crazy world that we are living in right now. And right now you have 2 options. You can either be the 99.9% of people, which is the rest of the world, that is just watching as a spectator, or you can be the 0.1% of the crazy. Because I can tell you this, whenever I tell people that I won this car through a contest that I did over 6 figures promoting, people say that's not possible. There's no such thing. Okay, but this is literally the crazy world that we're living in right now. And you can either be the 0.1% of the crazy, or you can be the 99% of the rest of the world watching as a spectator, right? How many of you here would love to be able to be a part of that 0.1% of the crazy? Type in crazy in the chat. If you want to be able to be a part of the crazy, then type in crazy in the chat. Okay, crazy. Okay, so awesome. Okay, so how do we make that happen? Okay, so this is what Russell Brunson said at the end of it all. Here's what happened. Russell seems to have frozen in time. Let's see if I can get the video to work.
I want to make a quick video today to tell you about my friend Peng Joon. Now Peng, when we launched my book Expert Secrets a little while ago, he came out of nowhere and crushed all the other affiliates. It still blows my mind he was able to sell as many books as he did. Sold a ton of books. We had him come speak at Funnel Hacking Live talking about his content machine, how he does what he does, and it's amazing. His presentation, first off, it was so cool to see how he systemizes the entire process, which was awesome. But then second off, he shared a really vulnerable video clip, and we had people in our audience crying, and it was just, his connection was amazing. Yeah, he's an amazing person, and an amazing marketer, and amazing at what he does. So if you have a chance to work with Peng Joon at any, if it is with at an event, if it is with selling books, if with driving traffic, like he's amazing at pretty much all these different skill sets across the board. If you have a chance to work with him, definitely do it. We've been grateful to know him over the last couple of years and have him as a partner. He's helped grow ClickFunnels, and he can help grow your company as well.
So the question is, what did I do to win this contest, right? Well, it's through a strategy. Now, what's a strategy? That's step number 4. And here's the thing, after I won this contest, a lot of people said, doing it once, but what if you could do it again? A lot of some people say, oh, it was luck, it was fluke, can't be pulled off again. So if you are following the whole online marketing industry, you'll know that last year, one of the biggest launches was for Traffic Secrets, the third book that Russell Brunson came up with. And he came up with over $1 million in affiliate prizes and giveaways. And same thing here. He said he wanted to make this book best-selling book, 1 month long contest. Now, same thing here. I joined this contest, came in at number 1. And during this 30 days, I did about $600,000 in sales. I get about 40% commissions. So that was about $284,000 in that span of that 30 days. Again, promoting a book. I didn't write this book. I didn't author it. It wasn't my idea. I didn't do anything. Okay. But that is the crazy world that we're living in today. So here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm trying to get you to see. If I could have pulled this off once, yeah, maybe it's chance, fluke, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, lady luck. But if I could do it again and again and again, selling different type of products, not just my own products, but other people's products, software, books, wouldn't you agree that maybe there is a strategy behind it, and that if you follow the strategy that's proven, then maybe you'll be able to get a result that's similar as well? Maybe not the entire thing, but maybe 10% of it, right? If you follow the steps, right? So that's my goal here, okay? So that brings us to step number 4, okay? When you come to the Game Changer Intensive, what I'm going to do is, how many of you here would like to be able to discover what number 4 is? Okay, number 4, please write down, is traffic. Okay, now traffic, once we have built up your funnel, so once we've identified your market, once we have built up your funnel, once we have helped you create that product, and you now are able to sell your own product or somebody else's product, the next thing that's required is you got to be able to drive traffic to this funnel, right? This funnel that's proven. So there's 2 ways to drive traffic. The first one, please write down ads. Right, as you guys know, that I showed you earlier, I have spent millions of dollars in Facebook ads. Okay, that's just one of the platforms, right? I've done it on Google, on YouTube. But what if I could literally not just teach you how to run profitable ads, but literally give you the frameworks of what makes a good ad, so that you can apply it in any market, any niche, any industry. So this is where we're going to be showing you how do you do the targeting, how do you do the retargeting, how do you your messaging, your numbers that you need to know if you want to be able to scale. Okay, so this is where you're going to have my $1 million ads framework, so that you can literally just copy and paste, model it, and fill in the blanks to be able to have ads that is actually profitable. Okay, so that's the first way to get traffic. Okay, will be ads. The second way to get traffic is to, please write down, is to build a following. Okay, build a following. So what does this mean? This means that whether it is on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever platform, how many of you would, this is where I'm going to be showing you how I built up millions of followers from scratch. Okay. Now, why is this important? How many of you would agree that if somebody doesn't know who you are, and if they looked you up on Facebook or Instagram, and they saw that your company, your business, your store, or you have over 100,000 followers on Instagram, of not just, not fake weird bots, but actual real engaged people, how many of you would agree that that is going to change your positioning of how you're perceived and received by your audience, right? And so that changes your positioning. Okay, so the whole goal here, the second way to get traffic, is how do you get people coming to you rather than you going to them? This is where I'm going to be showing you how you build up an organic following for your store, for your business, for your page, so that when somebody thinks about your marketplace, so whether it's fitness, whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, whether it's insurance, whether it is network marketing, you'll have people coming to you rather than you going to them. Does that make sense? This is Dan Lok, who trained with me a couple of years ago, who did this really well. Okay, Dan Lok is crushing it online. He's got about 2 million followers on Facebook and about 1.5 million people on Instagram. And here's what happened to him after he applied and implemented these strategies.
Peng Joon is one of the very rare individuals that could do very well with both in terms of not just promoting and marketing an event, but also delivering a great experience. Not only myself, I have my director of events for my company go through Peng Joon's system to learn tools and strategies that to help us to make our event better. If you want to know how to market an event and also how to monetize an event and how to deliver that memorable experience for your audience. Doesn't matter if you're getting started, this is your first event, or you've been doing this for a while. I highly recommend Peng Joon's system. I don't recommend a lot of people, but this system I highly endorse. Check it out.
So what did Dan do that made the difference for him? Well, what Dan did is he did an event. It was called Closers in Black. And this event here, in order to have an event and pull off an event like this, what do you need to do? You need to have a sales process, right? So not only did he train with me, but he sent his entire team, his director of events, to be able to learn and study this system and this process. And this one event over here, it did about like $7 million in sales in the back end. Now, obviously, first of all, results not typical. You know, Dan Lok is not a typical person. I don't know if you are a typical person, but I'm here to show you that ultimately, whatever it is that you want to market or sell, you got to be able to have a sales process for it, okay? And you need to be able to drive traffic to it. Which is basically step number 4, okay? So finally, in step number 5, when you come to the Game Changer Intensive, number 5, please write down automation. Okay, automation. Now, this is the final step. Okay, this is the end game. Now, one of the things that has allowed me to do what I'm doing today is really this step here. Now, how do you truly automate a business? Please write down systems and process. Okay, please write down systems and process. I can tell you right now that I have my entire team. Like, I have an office where we have about 25 plus people on my team, and everybody has been working from home for the last, 13 months. Doesn't stress me out. Why? Because of people and process. I can tell you that ever since I started doing speaking, I love speaking. I love traveling the world. I love bringing my family and my parents to many different countries together with me when I travel. But it does not stress me out. Before the world went on lockdown, I probably stepped into my office less than 15 times the entire year. And there wasn't a single day when I was in office from like 9 to 5. Why? People and process. So when you come to the Game Changer Intensive, I'm going to be handing to you the different type of processes and systems that I utilize in order to automate this online sales process with an online delivery mechanism, because that's the end game here. Please write down the path to scaling is all process, and process will set you free. Okay. So here's the thing, money is cool, but do you know what's cooler? It's actually freedom, time and location freedom. This picture was actually taken when we were on lockdown. The country that I'm from, we had one of the strictest lockdowns in the world for about 6 months. We weren't, like, pretty much everything were closed. Malls were closed, gyms were closed, everything was closed. The only thing that you could go to is to like the grocery store. This first time ever where I felt going to grocery store was actually exciting. I look forward to it. But everything, there's nothing to do. And my parents had nothing to do for 6 months before they started opening up the borders, not to different countries, but to different states. So when they opened it up for the very first time, I asked my parents, I said, Mom, Dad, I can't take you overseas because I know you're really bored, but I can take you anywhere you want to go as long as it's in Malaysia. Is there a place that you want to go to? And we'll just go there. And they like this place. It's a little island called Langkawi. So I bought them a one-way ticket. I went with them to Langkawi and we stayed in this hotel, a St. Regis hotel. And it was a one-way ticket. And I said, Mom, Dad, we are going to this place. And so the reason why it's a one-way ticket is because we are going to stay here until you literally become sick of this place, until you're sick of this island and you're going, you know what? Let's go home because we've had enough. So I bought a one-way ticket. We actually stayed there for about 11 nights before they said, there's too much room service and we want to be able to go back home. But that is what I feel is cool about systems and process. That this entire thing was still running when I was able to take my parents and take them on a nice holiday while the world was on lockdown. After that, my country went on full lockdown again, and then now here we are stuck at home again. This is like round 3, okay? Which again draws me back to the initial point earlier, which is like, you don't know how many waves there's going to be, right? We don't know if things are going to change 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. But that's step number 5, right? Step number 5 is automation. How many of you here would love to be able to have an automated business, right? Guys, type in automate if you want to be able to, somebody just said, I am in, right? Exactly, right? Automate, right? That's the power of automation. This is the end game. Okay, so that's step number 5. So here's the number 1 reason why people fail. In fact, my mom asked me this question many years ago. She said, Jun, which is what she calls me, she said, if making money online was that simple, then why isn't everybody making big money online? And I realized that there's the hard way. And the reason why most people fail is because they go online, they type in how to make money online, they get about 2 billion search results, all telling them different things. Oh, there's drop shipping, and then there's, there's affiliate marketing, and then there's Facebook ads and Google ads, and you gotta be doing YouTube, and you gotta be doing TikTok, and all these different ways to make money online. And they get confused, they get information overload, and when they fail and it doesn't work out, they say, oh, making money online is a scam. On the other hand, the Game Changer Intensive, what it is, it's a 5-step system. What is a system? A system is something that if you follow the steps, you always get a very predictable result. And what if you could literally clone this entire proven process in any market or any niche, so that it saves you time on the learning curve, so that you don't need to go through years of trying to figure things out on your own. There are many people who are trying to figure things out on your own, and after 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, they're still trying to figure things out, right? If you could have done it on your own, you would have done it on your own, right? Wouldn't you agree? So that's what I believe, the number 1 reason why most people fail. So how does this work? So please write this down. You will be attending this event on the 21st to the 23rd of May, 2021. So please write down, because I know there's going to be some of you that's going to be asking me later, could you give me the time and dates again? So please write it down right now. Now this is in I know all of you are in different parts of the world, but if you are in the Asia +8 GMT time zone, this would be Malaysia, Singapore, Perth. This would be from 9 in the morning to about 2 p.m. So it's about 5 hours. Now this time zone is to cater for all of you worldwide. So for those of you in the US, right, LA time zone, this would be at night for you. So this would be from about 6 to 11, if my conversion is right, depends on the daylight savings, but it's basically at night, so that whether you are from Asia, whether you're in Australia, whether you're based in the US, this event will work for you and your time zone. It is going to be of 3 days, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on your time zone. But this is how everything is going to take place virtually. So I'm going to walk you through how that works and what we're doing in order to really maximize your experience, right? So how does this work? Okay, so the first thing that you're going to get is the pre-training to the Game Changer Intensive. Now, basically, before this event happens, I want to make sure that everybody starts at the same starting point. Because some of you, I see some very seasoned marketers here in this room here today. But I know that there's obviously a lot of new beginners as well. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that from now until the event, you're going to go through this pre-training so that you'll be able to really maximize your experience with me when the event begins on those dates. Okay, so that's the first thing. You're going to get access to the pre-training immediately. And this is where I am going to, for a live event, this is where I'm going to be at my studio. The only difference between this event and what's happening right now is that just like a live event, I will be able to see you, you'll be able to see me, we'll be able to see each other. I'll be able to answer your questions, put you on hot seats, work on your specific business, your funnel, your ads, your offer, just like what I would do in a live event. So I spent, let's just say, silly money building up this entire studio to have it fitted with the state-of-the-art devices. So that's the first thing you're going to get. You're going to get the pre-training to the Game Changer Intensive to really maximize your event experience so that everybody starts at the same starting point. The second thing you're going to get is the virtual Game Changer Intensive happening on those 3 days, right? This is a $4,000 event that I have done all over the world when we did it live in person in different countries. The third thing, what else do you need? So remember I talked about how you want to be able to drive traffic. So one thing that is going to help significantly is social media posts and templates done for you. So this is where you'll be able to take these proven posts, the layout, and plug and play it and fill in the blanks for whatever market that you're in. These are posts and architect scripts that is proven to engage, proven to be highly shareable, so that you can utilize it in your social media, regardless of whatever market or industry you're at. So this is something that we sell for $497. So you're going to get the pre-training, you're going to get the virtual event, 3-day live event, you're going to get the social media post done for you. Now, what else do you need? One thing that is going to significantly help with your ads and traffic is videos. But let's face it, videos is scary to a lot of people. Some people don't know what to say, freeze out on camera, you know, it's weird, awkward. So this is where I'm going to change things up for you, where I'm going to make it fun for you to help you get 21 videos done in 21 days. And this is basically the videos challenge. Now, you've probably heard before that environment is stronger than willpower. But what if I could put you in a group where every day I literally gave you the script and the angles and what to talk about so that you can utilize it and get practice so that you can get more leads and more sales and more visibility for your funnel, right? Even if you're shy, even if you are introverted, or even if you don't want to be the face, right? Even if you don't want to be on camera, this will work for you. Why? Because you can literally give this script to somebody else and have them do these videos for you to help you get more leads and more sales. Does that make sense? So the last time that we did our videos challenge, we had over 1,000 videos done in 21 days. But the main thing about this challenge is it's going to be done in a way that's fun, that's engaging, and there's actually prizes to be won when you do this challenge, right? Who else gives out prizes to incentivize you to take action? Nobody. I do that. Okay. So how would you like to be a part of that challenge? To have 21 videos done in 21 days. So that's basically the 21-day videos challenge to help you get more sales, more leads, more visibility, to get practice while winning prizes at the same time. Right. So what else do you need? The next thing that you're going to get is my $1 million ads training. So after spending millions of dollars in ads, I've made the mistakes, I've jumped through the hoops so that you don't have to make these painful mistakes as well, right? So this is where I'm literally going to give you all of my different proven frameworks where I deconstructed it, the languaging, the layout, so that you'll be able to plug and play in any market. So when you utilize it in real estate or weight loss or in marketing or in dating or in dog training or in makeup, right? You'll be able to run profitable ads that isn't dry, ads that isn't boring, and basically ads that doesn't suck. Okay, so that's my $1 million ads training, is something that we offer at $997. So in other words, you're going to get the pre-training, you're going to be able to come for a 3-day live event, you're going to get 366 social media posts done for you, you're going to get the 21-day video challenge, you're going to get access to $1 million ads, and finally, something that's priceless is you're going to be part of a community of graduates. So like I said, before the world went on lockdown, I actually did this event in more than 20 countries all over the world. How would you like to be constantly supported by a group of graduate game changers from all over the world? So for example, this is Clarence Jakes Lim, also known as Fibo Lim from Philippines. And you can see, right, during the pandemic in April, you can see that for every crisis, equal amount of opportunity, right? And what did he do? Well, he just sold it in his native country, which is in Philippines, sold in pesos. And that's what he did. I believe that each sale here is about $250. So you truly can turn the worst of times to the best of times, regardless of which country you're from. I don't care if you're from a developing world, from a first world country, third world country, this will work for you regardless of what audience, what country, or what nationality you're from. Okay, so you're going to be a part of the graduates community, priceless. And basically The location, it's all going to be virtual. So all of you are coming in from different parts of the world. Before this, a person would have, you don't need to now pay for flight, hotel, accommodation, miscellaneous expenses, which we know will end up in thousands of dollars. But now all of you can connect from all over the world. Okay. So who does this work for? This will work for you if you're just getting started. In fact, it's perfect because it means that you haven't developed any bad habits just yet. So this will be ideal. Okay. This will work for you if you are a freelancer, if you want to sell information products. This will work for you if you want to sell physical products as an e-commerce store. This will work for you if you're a coach and you want to sell more of your coaching. This will be for you if you're a local small business and you want to start taking things online. This will be for you if you are a real estate agent, if you're an insurance agent and you want to generate more leads. This will work for you if you're in business to business. If this will work for you if you are into affiliate marketing and if you want to sell other people's products to get paid commissions. And this will work for you if you are in network marketing and if you want to utilize this to build up your downline without cold calling people, without harassing or approaching friends and family, right? Then this would be for you. So in other words, you're going to get a pre-training, you're going to get the live event, you're going to get all of my tools. And this is something that we sold at for $4,000 when we did our live events. So here's the thing. I know that $4,000 seems like it's a lot of money. 4,000 US dollars, in fact, is a lot of money. It's probably some people's savings plus more. But let me ask you this, okay? If all this did was to, number one, finally get you a system that was actually profitable, that you could put $1 in and get back $2 out, right? If all it did was just that, like nothing else, where you could put $1 in and get back $2 out, would you say that's well worth $4,000, right? Some of my funnels, I've paid $35,000 to have it built and it has made me millions. And if all I could do was pay $35,000 to help me build up those funnels, I would pay for it all day, every day, right? But if all this did was to help you build a system that was actually profitable, to put $1 in and get back $2 out, would that be worth $4,000, right? You tell me. Or if all this did was so that you can get back an extra 2 hours a day to spend time with people that matter, because now you don't have to commute. You'll be able to do this from home. You will be able to automate and systematize with an online sales process, with an online delivery mechanism. After a year, do you think that extra 2 hours a day is worth $4,000, right? How much is your time worth? Right? So that you don't have to spend time on the learning curve trying to figure things out on your own. How much time would that save you, right? Would it be worth it? Or if all this did was so that you can fire all of your programmers, your website developers, and your salespeople because you don't need them anymore, do you think that's going to help you save $4,000, right? You tell me, okay? So here's the thing. Ever since I started doing this, this was my main dilemma, because I know that if I based on cost, the amount it's cost me to develop and build up this system, to hire people, programmers, developers, study with the best of the best, it has easily cost me over $1 million to do this, in overheads, in consultants, in managing my team. But if I based it on value, the amount it's made me, my students, my graduates from all over the world, I don't even know how to put a number associated to it. In fact, the last time when I did this event in Europe, each of these people, they all paid 4,000 euros to be here. And I asked them how much it was worth. Okay, so let me show you what actually happened at this event, and then you decide. Here's what happened.
have a seat. Please have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Now, since we're here, and I had no idea we were going to do this, but now this would be a good time for me to get some valuable feedback from you. Now let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you are at the third and final day of Internet Income Intensive. Right, thank you. How many of you would say that this event has been better than pretty good? In fact, how many of you would say that you've been to other events before, but this one definitely surpassed all your expectations? Thank you. And how many of you now have a beautiful looking website? You're now open for business, and in fact, you actually made a sale and your first transaction right here in this very room. How many of you? And raise your hand if you absolutely know 100% that this event is the one defining event that will make all the difference in your life. And how many of you know that if you actually put this into practice, it will transform your life, not just what you knew, but emotionally and spiritually and all aspects of your life as well. How many of you know that? And what if, let me ask you this, what if I were to offer 100% of your money back? But that, listen to me, I want to offer 100% of your money back, but that would mean that you can't implement anything that I was shown this weekend. Is there anyone here who wants your money back? Look at that, there's 200 people here in this room. What if I were to offer you double your money back? Is there anyone here who what I gave you 3 times your money back? How many of you would agree that this event is worth much more than just a price tag? Here's the thing, guys. If you know that this event is worth a minimum of at least $500,000 US, and do this only if you believe that this is 100% truth, right? Only do it if you know it's 100% truth. If you know that this is at least $500,000 US, I would like you to stand up. Do that only if you believe that is true for you. I want to thank all of you in this room for allowing me to share my passion. I believe that my work here is done.
You see, when I did this event, and I had the entire room saying that it was one of the best events they've ever attended, one thing that I forget is that it's only worth something if implemented, right? How many of you would agree? And that's the thing that I forgot to say. But how many of you would agree that you could learn however much, but if you don't apply and if you don't implement, it's worth absolutely nothing? Type in me if you would agree, right? It's not about what you learn, but the action steps that you take that is going to make all the difference. Okay, so absolutely. And that's the thing that I've actually forgot to mention. I actually should have said that in the video. It's only worth something if you do something about it, right? But so at this event, I had many people coming up to me saying, Peng Joon, you know what you did here is crazy. They said, over here, we've got a lot of different options, and we have never been to an event before where at the end of the event, the trainer offered us to give us our money back. And I said, well, number one, it's because I don't need your money. But number two, I know how much it is worth if implemented, right? If you actually take action, if you put it to work. So this was an event that I did $4,000, and that's why you can see why it's such a great deal at $4,000 and why I've been doing it all the years when I did it through live events. Now, that being said, you guys probably know how this works, but you know, you're not going to invest that amount because we have taken things virtually. You don't need to fly to a different country. You don't need to pay for flight, hotel, accommodation. I don't need to book out a hotel grand ballroom. So it's not going to be $19.97 either. You can get started now for just $997. Okay, so this is a full 75% off that I've done from live events. And if you are serious, how many of you here learned something today? Type in yes, right? If that's you, right? How many of you know that if you had access to my systems and my processes, it will make a difference in your business and your life, right? If you know that, then all you got to do is open a new tab right now. Okay, type in pengjun.com/special. Guys, go ahead, type in pengjun.com/special, open up a new tab. Team, if somebody can just drop the link as well so that all of you can just click on it. All you got to do to get started is go to pengjun.com/special. In fact, maybe I will do this together with you. I will not ask you to do something that I do not do myself. So let me just quickly share with you my screen. So pengjun.com/special. All you are going to do is you're going to open up a new tab. Okay, type in pengjun.com/special. Open a new tab and let me show you guys something special. Okay, so what you're going to do is, let me share my screen again. Over here, okay, now I am going to be able, I'm going to show you guys something crazy that I'm doing, that I'm going to do because we're on lockdown. This is the third wave and I want to do something even special. Okay, so even crazier. So if you are a fast action taker, if you are decisive, if you know that this is for you, for the first 30 people only, we have about 500 of you on right now, but for the first 30, if you are decisive, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a coupon code right now. Please do not share this, but it says next 30. Okay, for the next 30 of you that is decisive, that's going to take action right now, here's what you're going to do. Okay, on this checkout page, okay, what we are doing is we're tracking the next 30 people. You're going to apply this code, and once you apply this code, you are going to take $500 off. Okay, this is what I've done to just make it an absolute no-brainer. And I can tell you that after this event, I don't even know if I'm going to do this event again, especially after lockdown. After lockdown, chances are I'm not going to be doing it virtually. I've not done virtual events until the lockdown happened. But if you want to have something that's truly never been done before, because you guys are here right now, for the first 30 of you, if you are decisive, I can already see some sales coming in. For those of you decisive, congratulations. The last time I gave this out, this went out in about 9 minutes. Okay, so if you are decisive, go ahead and just type in next 30 on the checkout page to take a full $500 off, right? Go to pengjun.com/special. You can now be able to check out for a full $500 off. Just wanted to quickly congratulate those of you like Kui Hui. Literally, you were the first person, like when I said this, you were like, bam, this you're in, okay? Melanie Malijan, you were just like 2 seconds after, okay? Anyway, I see a lot more coming in, but guys, first 30 team, you guys know, and on top of that, here's what I'm also going to do, okay? On top of this price point, okay, I'm just going to make it an absolute no-brainer. So you guys want to be quick because this is going to go out quick, okay? So bonus number 1 is where I'm going to give you my entire case study of how I won the Traffic Secrets contest to do over $600,000 in sales to become the #1 affiliate. Now, I'm not just going to walk you through the strategy, but what if I were to also give you all of my emails, all of the ads, all the resources so that you can utilize it in any affiliate marketing campaign? Exactly how I target, how I budget, how I prep beforehand, all the different resources. And I can tell you that I put here a value of $4,000 because literally there was somebody in the top 10 who offered to pay me $5,000 to give all these resources to him to help him with the promo of this launch. Okay, so this process here can be applied in any affiliate marketing strategy. And here's the thing, you guys probably know this, but there are some people out there that has maybe done $10,000 in sales and now they have got a $2,000 course teaching affiliate marketing. I don't teach theory, I actually do it, okay? So if you want to be able to have that entire $600,000 case study with all my emails, all my ads, all my resources, for the first 30 of you only, you guys are going to be tagged to the sale and you guys are going to be able to get access to this bonus number 1. Okay, wow, I can see I think we might have about 10 left. Okay, so this is where you'll be able to get secrets of a number 1 affiliate. Next one, okay, this should be bonus number 2. I tagged this wrongly, but this is where you'll be able to get all of my top funnels and clone them for my physical product funnels, my digital product funnels, my affiliate funnels. And I can tell you here, if you have ever tried to actually hire a funnel builder, a designer, a coder, and have it all done for you, that's actually good. If to hire any agency, you'll know that they would minimum charge you $10,000 for it. But what if I could literally give you the proven architecture and structure of funnels so that you would be able to utilize it in your sales process, whether you can sell physical products, digital products, then you will have what it is that I have. So this is limited. And again, there's 2 different bonuses. The first is for the first 30, and this one is for the next 30 minutes. Okay, so to be fair to everybody, we are really nearly out on the first 30 bonuses. But to be fair to everybody else, there is going to be a next bonus. The next bonus is anybody that signs up in the next 30 minutes. And if you sign up for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to start a timer right now. You are going to get all of my proven funnels. So whether you're going to sell physical products, when you're going to do challenges, when you're going to do webinars, funnels that I've spent, individually tens and thousands of dollars on, then you will be able to get my same funnels to sell your stuff. Okay, if you want to have multiple streams of income that follows a proven process, where the only thing you got to do is swap out the words, change the images here and there, following my proven funnels that I've done not just for myself, but for clients that has paid me a lot of money for, then you will be able to get these best-selling funnels, the same funnels that I use to get into the top 0.1%. Okay, so for the first 30 minutes only, there's 29 minutes left on the timer. So for those of you that was the first 30, you guys are also going to be getting these bonuses. Okay, there's still some spots left. Okay, so you can get started now for $9.97 was my normal price. But remember, if the coupon code still works, that means you are still qualified to take advantage of this offer. Okay, pengjun.com/special is the place to go. So in other words, okay, let me just quickly recap. You're going to get the pre-training. Training will begin as soon as you sign up. You're going to be able to come for the Game Changer Intensive event, 3 days that's catered to all major time zones. You're going to get 366 social media posts done for you. You're going to get the 21-day video challenge. You're going to get $1 million ads training. You're going to get the graduates community, and you're going to get the 3 bonuses that we talked about. Bonus number 1, which is basically what I did to win the Traffic Secrets contest that generated over $600,000 in sales, all the emails, all the ads, and all the resources. This is only limited to those of you that sign up today, right now. So that's bonus number 1. Bonus number 2 is where you get to clone all of my top funnels for physical products, digital products, affiliate products. And guys, I can tell you guys this, just this bonus alone, you will know that it's well worth the entire investment. I've made it an absolute no-brainer. If you just think about this, if you were to do this from scratch, if you were to hire a programmer, a coder, a funnel designer who might not even understand marketing, how much do you think a good one would actually cost you? Just think about that. Okay, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, right? That could have a beautiful funnel, but might not necessarily understand conversion. And I can tell you, those of you that's ever tried to hire anybody online before, you will know that this bonus over here is an absolute no-brainer. I'm actually being very conservative, putting the value of bonus number 2 as $10,000. Okay, so but you'll get to get all of my top funnels for physical products, digital products, affiliate products, services, leads for all different industries. And finally, the craziest one is for the first 30 of you, the third bonus is you'll be able to get on a one-on-one consult call with my team. Now, obviously, my team can't do this for everybody, because if my team did that, we would have like no life. Okay, so for the first 30 of you that is decisive, that makes that commitment right now, you will be able to get to get on these calls. Okay, so I put, bonus number 3 is XXXX because I don't even know how to put a number to this. Okay, so you guys decide. So you can get started now, pengjoon.com/special. First 30 people, you guys will be able to utilize this code called Next30. So here's the thing. $497 I know might be significant to some people, right? But here's the thing. If you took this amount, $497, and if you divided this over a year, right? 365 days. I'm bad at math, so I'm going to have to do it to show you. How much would that be? That would be $1.36 a day. That's like a Starbucks a day. No, in fact, you can't even get a Starbucks at $1.36. That's like a pack of chicken nuggets. The point I'm trying to make is you will spend this money anyway. Why not take this amount and invest it in yourself so that you can get it back many times over, right? Why not do that? Because this money is a renewable resource. Some of you might take a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year to save this amount. I don't know. You might have this readily available, but you're going to spend this money anyway. Why not save time on the learning curve so that you don't have to go through what most people would have to go through in terms of trying to figure things out, trying to make the mistakes, right? You and I know this, that there are people out there who are trying to figure things out on their own after 3 months, 6 months, a year. They're still trying to figure things out, right? Why not take the shortcut rather than trying to make the mistakes that could be very costly? And why not shortcut and invest it in yourself and your business, right? Why not do that? How many of you would agree that there are probably times in life where we have spent this amount on like dumber things, right? Why not take this amount and invest in yourself, right? So now you have 2 options, okay? These are your 2 options. Your first option is you can do nothing about this, and when you wake up tomorrow, and just think about this. If you leave this event doing exactly what you've been doing all this while, waking up tomorrow, hang out with same friends, same family, same boss, same people, right? Same strategy, doing the exact same thing that you're doing right now, what do you think is the most likely outcome that will happen for you? What do you think is going to happen if you changed absolutely nothing, right? Well, that's right. Some of you said it. Nothing will happen, right? You'll have the same exact outcome and result that you're having right now, which, by the way, is fine if you're happy with your current result. The question is, are you? Einstein says the whole definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So what if you could have a different result? And if you're not happy with your current result, then it's time to do something different, right? Which is basically your second option. Your second option is to make this small investment in yourself and in your business to have this up and running a whole lot quicker, saving you years and shaving years off that learning curve, trying to figure things out on your own, right? Why not do that, right? That could be your second option. So so here's what I'm going to do, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play. Now, I want to be fair to everybody. Okay, so one thing I want to mention, okay? Han, in fact, you are the first person that paid. My team just told me, or rather, I noticed that you paid $997. Han, if you're here, I don't want your $997. And in fact, if anything at all, I want to reward you for just being in at $997. So here's what we're going to do, okay? My team is going to refund this amount. All you got to do is make that investment at $497. My team will reverse this $997 transaction, which, by the way, let me just pause 1 second. And Han, if you're here, I don't know, your message was back there. Anyway, so my team is going to reverse the transaction. You just got to make a new transaction. Make sure you utilize the coupon code this time. But I'm going to remember your name, okay, for being one of those people that just went in before I even gave the code. Or maybe you forgot. But either way, okay, appreciate you for being decisive. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I want to be fair to everybody. First of all, let me just quickly congratulate everybody that has made the decision so far. I have, man, Give me a second. We have Kuei Hian Hui, congratulations. Melanie Malijan, congrats. Ruan Rana Singay, congrats. Tam Dang, congrats. Joyce Po. Hey Joyce, good to see you here again. Congrats for being a part of this. Joseph Rube, Marcus Koch, Patricio, good to see you here as well. Remember, I recognize your name. Lei Ling, congrats. C Sokon, congrats. I hope I said your name right. Leong Hui, Su Leong Hui, congrats. Jade Mar Diarmit, congrats. Suzanne Adina, congrats. Edwin Ong, congrats. Miguel Rivera, congrats. Patrick Tan, Jingwen, good to have you here. Let me just, Donna Magat, congrats. Kennedy Robin. Okay, team, please remember to tag these names as those who are going to get the bonuses. Kennedy Robin, okay. Jomel Fas Di Tidio, congrats. Efrain Morales, Shelby Chang, Edwin Chia, Angela Wong, Bernice Wong, Gilbert Feliciano, congrats. Esmer Guinto, hope I'm saying your name right, guys. Where was I? Ing Lian Sun, congrats. Jordan Duran, congrats. Austin Win, you're a part of, you're getting the bonuses. Mark Ong, congrats. Team, please take note again of all these names to tag them to make sure they're getting the bonuses. Valencia Celestina, congrats. Amit Kothari, congrats. Juliet Lim, Yvonne Ma, Stephen Tran, Mohammed Hazuddin. Guys, this feels like we are right at about 30. In fact, I think it might be slightly over 30. Okay, guys, first of all, I want to be fair because I see everybody utilizing this coupon code right now. So I'm going to make an executive decision. Okay, guys, I want to be fair to everybody because this is going to be a little bit hard and I want it to be easy for my team to track as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to play one 7-minute video. And I think this is going to make it fair to everybody here. During this 7-minute video, as long as you sign up for this, you are going to get all of the bonuses that I talked about. After that, that's where we cut it off. Okay, so Theo says, if I can't make it for these dates, what should I do? Theo, you can still invest at this price point so that even the next one, when we do it, when it goes back up to our normal price, when we don't do this anymore, you'll be able to lock in and you'll be able to join our future event. Okay, so as long as you are locked in, you'll be grandfathered at this price point, even though we are going to include so that if we do the next one and the price increases, you will be able to make it happen. Okay, and join us for the next one if you can't make it for this one. Okay, so I know some of you might have some questions, so I'm going to do a Q&A, okay, right after this. But again, to be fair to everybody, I'm going to play you guys a short, I think it's a 6-minute video, but at the end of this video, this is where we are going to pull off the bonuses. Okay, so if you guys want to be able to do this, you got to do so right now before this thing ends. Okay, so let me just play you this video so that way it's fair to everybody and it's very clear, clean cut. Okay, here we go. I'll be right back after this video to do a Q&A.
I thought we actually had an idea of how to throw good events and monetize on it, but apparently not.
Peng Joon just changed my life. Like, I'm not kidding. I have been stressing about doing a live event for a very long time, but I just took 14 pages of notes and I'm walking away with more confidence in an event than ever before.
It has been a very long time since I've attended something that was this amazing, and he gives you these super insightful strategies that I don't think I've heard anybody else teaching.
It was an amazing day. I couldn't believe it. One day he covered everything. It is so structured.
I learned so much at this event about how to create more sales in my events.
With Peng Joon's system, there's nothing left to chance. There's nothing left undone. And it's just a step-by-step process.
He just gave it to us. And the best part is I'm just gonna give it to my team so they can outsource it. So I don't even have to do it. You're literally getting like the Tony Robbins of events when it comes to this, and you guys couldn't go wrong.
I'm going to go in and I know that I'm going to change lives now because I have the foundation and the outline to make this happen.
His stuff is legit. He's used it all over the entire world.
Peng Joon completely over-delivered. I have been absolutely blown away at the sincerity that Peng Joon has.
You couple that with a heart to give back, a heart to serve people, and it's like a perfect storm of awesomeness for people like me.
There's hope for all of us that struggle with speaking on stage, and which I've struggled my whole life with that kind of thing. So it's awesome.
This was an incredibly valuable decision that I made. I'm so glad that I pulled the trigger to come here. I mean this with all sincerity.
I highly and strongly recommend it.
Don't hesitate for another minute.
There's lots of people teaching this. Nobody teaches like him.
Not only is it worth your time, it's worth your time, it's worth your money, it's worth your effort, it's worth your energy. I am so glad I attended.
Thank you, Peng, for such amazing insights that you shared with us.
Thanks, Peng Joon, for everything you do.
Thank you, Peng.
I hope the rest of you guys will seriously consider attending one of his events too.
Make it happen.
Do it now.
It will change your life.
Go.
Okay, so welcome back. So we are going to be doing a Q&A. I know that some of you might have some questions. Before I attend to your questions, let me just, right, somebody messaged and said sorting out funds. Okay, guys, I know some of you are, doing what it is that you need to do in order to handle the payments. As long as it's by the end of this Q&A, okay, that's when the bonus is going to be pulled off. Okay, so let me just quickly, we'll do the Q&A, but let me just quickly share my slide deck, because usually when it comes to Q&As, there's always a very common questions that I'll get. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can put in the comments, but let me just quickly put some of the questions that's constantly frequently asked in here. I'll talk about that first, and then after that, I will answer some of the questions that you guys might have. Okay, so first one is basically, is this a technical business, right? Because I don't have any technical skills, right, with the Z. I'm not sure why, but my timer, there's a 15-minute timer that isn't working. So just ignore that timer there for a second, because I'm going to make that executive decision. As long as you guys make that investment, as long as this thing's live, I'm going to honor the bonuses. Team, just take note. Okay, so is this a technical business? Understand that fast forward today, even if I wanted to show you how to be technical, I can't do that. Fast forward today, I don't know how to write a single line of code. I don't know programming. I don't know HTML or C++ or any of that programming mumbo jumbo. So even if I did want to be able to do this with you, I won't be able to do it, okay? Because I don't know technical skills. I have never designed a single logo in my life. And the only thing that I'm teaching you is the skill that actually makes the difference. Now, what is that? That would be understanding how to market online. And I'm not talking about having a marketing degree. I don't have a marketing degree. It's a very specialized skill. And guess what? This skill set is a highly trainable, learnable skill. And what if I can literally take what I know over here in my brain and transfer it over to you, right? It's not about having technical skills. The person that gets paid the most in this business is not the programmer, it's not the designer, it's not the coder, it's the person that understands marketing. And that is what this event is all about. It is to help you build up your marketing funnel, your sales process, so that you can get multiple streams of income that sells your product, program, or service. And I'm going to be giving you that proven process that I have not just utilized for myself, but also for my students and graduates all over. So it's not a technical business. It's not about building websites, because anybody can hire, a programmer to build a website that might look beautiful that doesn't bring in any sales. Okay, so that's number one. Next one is, I'm new to this stuff. Will you be showing me the steps? So absolutely. So when it comes to the 5 steps, when it comes to, first of all the steps, am I going to show you all the steps? No, because you don't need to know all the steps. I don't know all the steps. I know the steps that makes the difference. right? So the steps that makes the difference are those 5 steps that we talked about. What are the 5 steps? Number 1, if you're new to this, step number 1 is all about identifying that profitable market so that you can get started in that profitable market, in that niche. So that's number 1. Once you've done that, that is when we're going to be building up that funnel, that sales process, without being a programmer, designer, or coder. Number 3, that is when we are going to promote your product. That is where you start to monetize. Now, this could be your own product that you sell to keep 100% of it all, or you could be promoting somebody else's product to get paid commissions in return. That's where number 4 comes in. Step number 4 is all about traffic. How do you get traffic? By either running ads. Remember, starting small, scaling big, right? How do you start a small campaign, make it profitable so that for every dollar you put in, you get back $3 in return, and scale it? That's the first type of traffic. Or number 2, it could be free traffic, which is basically building a following. So that's step number 4. And finally, step number 5 is automation, which is basically systems and process. Okay, so that would be the different steps for those of you that's new, the steps that actually make a difference, right? Next question is, well, can I just go do it myself, right? By the way, there's nothing stopping you. In fact, I want you to go do it. The most important thing to understand is just, well, if you could have done it on your own, why haven't you done it yet, right? Because chances are for most people, if you could have done it on your own, you would have done it on your own. You would have already figured it out. So yes, you can go do it yourself, but first of all, best of luck, because there's going to be so much stuff out there, so much stuff on a YouTube video, so much stuff on a Google search. You get about 2 billion search results. And it's not that we lack information today, but we lack clarity and insight on what are the things that actually works, okay? There's a lot of people that teach theory. If there's something you've discovered from me is that I don't teach theory. I back it up with actual examples of what it is that I do. Very few people who actually teach can actually back it up with actual numbers, actual funnels, actual data to show that the stuff that they do is not just from teaching it, but from actually doing it. Okay, so if you want to be able to save time on that learning curve rather than trying to figure things out on your own, then you will want to be a part of this. Okay, next one. If I have an existing business, some of you asked earlier, if I have an existing business, will this work for me? So ultimately, yeah, just think about it. Whatever business you're in, whatever industry. So a lot of times people think, oh, my business, my industry is unique. You really think about it, it's not. So whether it's in business to business, whether it's real estate, whether it is in gaming, which is how I started off, whether it's in gardening, whether it's in dog training, or serious markets like real estate or insurance or finance or Facebook marketing or social media. What is the one thing all businesses need? Number 1, all businesses need to get more leads, and all businesses need to convert these leads to sales, right? So whatever market or industry that you're in, whether it is insurance, real estate, network marketing, that's the whole purpose of this training, to be able to give you that proven process that you can clone based on these funnels that is proven to work, so that you clone these funnels and have these funnels either get you more leads and convert these leads to sales, regardless of what market that you're in. So if you have an existing business, this will absolutely integrate to your existing business model, but doing it a whole lot better, a lot more streamlined. Okay, so some of you said earlier as well, but what if I'm new? What if I don't have an offer? Okay, so you have 2 options over here. If you don't have an offer, okay, it would be as simple as, number 1, step number 3 is of the 5-step process. Step number 3 is product promotion. This, if you don't have an offer, I'm going to show you how do you create your own best-selling offer, sell it, pitch it, present it so that people understand the value of that offer and keep 100% of it all. Or if you don't have an offer, the other side of the equation is how you can promote somebody else's offer and get paid commissions in return, right? So if you don't have an offer, those are your 2 options. Either I help you create one, sell it, keep 100% of it, or to be able to sell somebody else's offer and get paid commissions so that you get back, multiple streams of income. Okay, so Would this work for my industry? Kind of covered that earlier, which is, doesn't matter what industry you're at or what industry you're in. Ultimately, if you're somebody who wants to automate your lead gen and you want to automate converting leads to sales, then this would work for you. Okay. Somebody said earlier, but I can't afford $497. Look, I get it. If there was this training at $497 15 years ago when I was making $350 a month, remember that? I would not be able to afford this as well. I get it. Okay. So, but there's a couple of things to really think about this. Okay. Number one is that if you can't afford $497 in your life right now to invest in your business, then chances are you might not even be ready to start a business. And it might seem like it's brutal, but that, you know, and it sounds a little bit harsh, but if you can't afford $497 to start a business, then honestly, you're probably not ready to start a business just yet. Chances are you want to accumulate a little bit more so that then you can start doing things differently. But notice that sometimes there's a much deeper root to this problem that's causing this, okay? Because sometimes there are people out there who just continue with what they're doing, their routine, their habit, and they spend years not being able to afford $497, but they can afford the latest iPhone, but they can go for fancy dinners, but they can go for these trips, but they will never invest in themselves. So I get it if you truly can't afford $497, but you gotta think about, well, are you spending this amount on other things instead? And chances are for a lot of people, it just means that maybe you prioritize something else. You prioritize a little trip or a nice fancy dinner or the latest phone. We can't even get a latest phone over this amount. Okay, but you just got to reflect on why is it you can't afford this. And if you want to be able to change things up, then it's time to do something different. Okay. Can I sign up tomorrow? Somebody asked if I can sign up, next week or tomorrow. You absolutely can. In fact, I am not going to be one of those marketers that says, hey, you know what? This thing's only valid for right now only. Because let's face it, that's not true. I'm a marketer, right? This offer of virtual events is probably going to be there in one way, shape, or form. Even when the lockdown ends, I will probably automate this in an online course. So you can sign up another time, but it might not be live, right? It might be just a recording of a live event. You can sign up tomorrow, but the price point would be different. I would have this $497 is not something that I'm going to be doing permanently, especially not after, when things continue being normal. And on top of that, the bonuses are not going to be there. So you can definitely sign up tomorrow. But the bonus that you see over here on the entire strategy that I utilized to get $600,000 from a Traffic Secrets contest to be the #1 affiliate, together with all my top funnels that you can clone so that you don't have to hire your own funnel or builders to build it out for you from scratch, as well as the one-on-one call with my team. That's all going to be taken off. Okay, so if you want to sign up tomorrow, the offer is going to be there, just that you're going to pay full retail price together with the bonuses not being in place. Okay. Another question is, what if it doesn't work? And I get this. A lot of times, chances are some of you are skeptical because you might have tried something in the past and it didn't work. And now you're saying, what if it doesn't work again? And by the way, for those of you that's skeptical, it's good that you're skeptical. In fact, there's so many questionable products out there that it's good that you're skeptical about this one. Okay, so the question is, what if it doesn't work? Well, the question I'm going to ask back is then, what if it does? What if it does work? You see, the question is not whether this process works. Clearly, it has worked very well for me. Clearly, it's worked well for all of the other students and graduates that applied and implemented. The question is not whether this thing works. You already know that what you're doing right now is not working. Okay, so right now, what you know is that the thing that you're doing right now on a daily basis is not working. Why not do something different so that you're able to change your outcome, so that you'll be able to get something that actually does work? What if it does? What if it does work? What if, just like Jordan, who was a personal trainer, utilized it in the fitness market and it changed the quality of his life, where money was no longer a concern again, and now he's living his life based on what he loves doing? What if it does work? What if, just like somebody like Jason, who has never sold anything online before, was able to turn 5.5 months and build, $1 million ringgit or $250,000 in sales when the world was in lockdown in the insurance world. What if it does? What if it does work, right? Wouldn't that be worth that $497 investment? Okay. Next question I got is, how is this different from any other programs out there? Okay, great question. Let's face it, there's a lot of trainings, workshops, seminars, courses flooded with it. How is this different? I would say that the primary difference, number one, is the results that I'm able to generate for my students and my clients. You go take a look at my review on my Facebook page, and you will see over 2,000 plus 5-star reviews of people that has trained with me. Okay, what makes me different is that I don't teach you what I think is going to work. The only thing that I teach you is stuff that I actually do. And what makes me different is that I don't teach theory. There's a lot of people out there that's teaching theory, and where their stuff could be good. It's stuff that they learned from some book, from some training, from some course, and now they're selling a course on what it is that they learned from some other course. I don't teach theory. I'm a practitioner. And if you take a look at the whole ClickFunnels community, you will notice and you will realize, if you're a part of that, is that my funnels are probably the most copied after funnels out there. So what makes me different is that I'm constantly paving the way, and I'm backing it up. And you're going to realize that when you come to this event, everything that I'm teaching you is not stuff that I think is going to work, it's stuff that I actually do. And I'm going to back it up with actual examples, actual case studies, actual numbers. And you're going to see behind the scenes to how I've built up my funnels, how I run my campaigns, and how I'm passing on to you so that you can literally plug and play as well. So that's the number one differentiator. I don't preach theory. I'm an actual practitioner. Okay. So how do I know if Peng Joon is legit, right? How do I know if this is not some elaborate scam? Well, again, it's good that you are skeptical, right? Because there really is a lot of highly questionable stuff out there. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? In fact, if you want to be able to see how do I know if this thing is legit? Again, it's good that you're skeptical. Here's what I am going to do. In fact, let me share my screen one more time. How do I know if this is legit? Okay. Now, right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit my slides, and I'm on my Facebook page right now. Now, guys, if you want to be able to do your due diligence to see if somebody's legit, do this, okay? Now, the first thing you want to notice whenever you go to somebody's page is to see if they left their reviews tab on. Now, this is optional. A lot of pages, if they're scared of what people would say, they will leave this off. Why? Because you actually can't approve or disapprove reviews. Every time somebody leaves a review, you have to leave it up and you can't edit anything. You can't choose to show it. You can't choose to not show it. Okay. So I have over 2,600 reviews over here. And what I would like you to see is just see what people say. Okay. And I can't edit this. This is literally what people have said. I have over 2,000 5-star reviews. And if you take a look at all 2,600 reviews, you will see that I have 4 1-star reviews. Can't make everybody happy. And those reviews are from people who didn't buy from me. People who say like, his ads are really annoying. Okay. So anyway, you'll see people from all over, right? This was Ken, who was up in New York, 2 a.m, almost every night, worth every penny, super specific, detailed. Don't expect any rah-rah. That's right, guys. Don't expect to come to this event. I know that there are some events out there where literally in the first 30 minutes, the trainer makes the audience like jump up and down for 30 minutes doing some weird dance. Don't expect any of that. In fact, those things makes me really uncomfortable. We're going to go straight into good stuff. Okay, so notice what people are saying. Okay, what their reviews are, right? This is Jochen Sipman, who says, why PJ only got 4.9 stars, right? I've attended many of them, 5 stars for sure, right? So notice what people say. Okay, this is somebody, this is Joe Chia, who attended the Virtual Game Changer Intensive. Well, consider will level up your marketing awareness, your strategy. This is Chelsea, right? People from all over, right? from all of different years, right? I don't know how Facebook sorts this, right? You can sort it by date as well. This is Harm, who have attended our event back in 2018, Gerald 2020, right? And you and I know this, okay? That a person who is angry and pissed off is more likely to leave a review than somebody that's actually happy. Okay, so I don't take my word for it. Just do your due diligence and see what other people are saying. Okay, no jargons. 3 days totally makes sense. Professionally done, right? The question is, how many reviews or testimonials or case studies do you need to see in order for you to make a decision, right? Virtual Game Changer Intensive, absolutely mind-blowing, amazing, yada yada, over-delivered, lots of takeaways and bonuses. That's right. What if I told you that there's a lot of bonuses that I haven't even included in here, that's many of it unannounced? You guys are going to discover what they are when you actually attend. Okay, so this is Victor, Game Changer Intensive, infotainment, da. And you know what, guys? I really don't consider myself as a guru. I'm just a normal guy that loves doing this and teaching this. Okay, so you'll see that people from all over, right? I don't know who Tim Scott is. Yeah, we have got one mutual friend over here, right? One of the best events I've been to, engaging the whole time, highly applicable, right? Amazing speaker. So guys, people from all over the world, right? You guys decide. I could keep scrolling over and over, right? Surely all these people can't be my friends. Some of you are thinking, well, Peng Joon's just maybe he's getting his friends to review. Like, I don't know who Aaron Guy Gendron is, right? Go do your due diligence. But there must be a point in time where you're going, wait a second, maybe, just maybe, all these people can't be lying, right? Maybe there really is something about it, okay? All 2,700 of them, okay? But at what point in time, right? You guys have heard, let me just one pause for a second. You guys have heard nothing but positivity today, right? How long would it take for you to make a decision? Okay, guys. So I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions that I did not answer, guys, go and put them in the post. But if not, for those of you that signed up, again, I just want to congratulate each and every one of you again. I cannot wait for you guys to attend. I want you to set your expectations high because I am going to massively exceed them. So guys, we have gone on for about 3 hours. I don't see any new questions coming in. So I think this is going to be a good time to cut it off. So guys, I just want to end it with this. Okay, guys, whether you decided to join me for the next level of soul, I still see a few hundred of you over here still, lingering here. I sincerely hope that you guys learned something in the last 2 hours, but most importantly, it gave you the motivation, the inspiration, and the insight to start doing something differently. Whether it is through training with me, whether it's doing yourself, the worst thing that you can do in a time like this is just to wait and see and to hope for the best. You got to prepare for the worst and you got to do something differently. Okay, for those of you who signed up, congratulations. I will see you guys real soon. But if not, I hope our paths will cross again someday in one way, shape, or form. Guys, thank you all so much. I believe that my work is done, but now yours has just begun. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for hanging out for the last 3 hours. Take care and bye for now. Take care, everybody.